What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? Welcome to motherfucking sports. You dig? Where we're getting ready to talk about our favorite thing to talk about in the garage, sports. I am your host, the Thick-Eyed Bandit, representing the motherfucking podcast. You heard me? Now I'm about to kick it over to my dog, the Ross Clyde Bumble Clyde Jamaica, Beanie Man, aka Mr. Headquarters. With it, T.I. is, homie.
Bumblecly, herb.
Bruh, man, we are rocking and rolling. We are 2 members down tonight. Fuck it. I think that EJ the DJ's got diarrhea, and so does Tito Jones. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever tuning in, make sure that y'all send them some Imodium AD because they definitely might need it tonight. Anyway, it's going down in a major way, bro. We are live on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. All around the world, man, we're getting ready to talk about sports, man. Big night, opening night in the NBA, which Mr. Headquarters is going to speak to us about. Also, we still got our picks for the week. We're going to get into our Monday Night Football with the Who Dat Nation traveling up to Seattle and taking on the Seahawks. But Headquarters, what's up, man?
Chilling, man. What's happening?
I can't call it, bro.
You know what it is, man. I mean, we presented by Culture KREWE, luxury for the culture. Coming soon. Clothing and watch apparel coming soon. Make sure y'all check out Culture KREWE on IG as our sponsor. Also, brand new episode on YouTube coming out tomorrow. Motherfucking Gorilla featuring our dog Marlon Favorite. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. That's dropping tomorrow. A new episode gonna be dropping later on in the morning. So we're gonna be actually at episode 33 as well. So make sure y'all check out that. And big fucking news tomorrow. We
Big
also
news.
have some big news dropping, I would say around, afternoonish tomorrow.
Black people time.
Make sure y'all be watching out on IG, the motherfucking pod. You know what I'm saying? THEMFNPOD. So make sure y'all check it out. Rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Myself, ThickEyedBandit, EJ the DJ, Tito Jones. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all stay locked in. We got some big news we're going to be putting out there tomorrow. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you didn't know? Bum, 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 bum. Your ass better tell somebody. Bum, 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 bum. Y'all remember that shit?
Let's give some shout outs too. So shout out to Bet the House podcast. That's a future episode that's coming out soon.
Shout out to Ladies Lair.
Shout out to the Ladies Lair podcast. The motherfucker pod stepped into the Ladies Lair. And
they did their thing, man. They came with it.
So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that episode that's coming soon too. So other than that, tonight we talking sports. The NBA is back.
Oh yeah.
NFL Week 7 is starting out this week. Today is Tuesday, so they had the Monday night game last night.
Probably one of the best Monday night football games you're going to see. Tennessee and Buffalo tore it down. Headquarters, I give you your win. I owe you a bottle. You called it. You said that Tennessee was gonna pull it off, and they did.
I said Derrick Henry was gonna run all over them motherfuckers, and y'all laughed at me.
I did, because Buffalo defense have been tearing it up.
Y'all laughed at me.
Been tearing it up. And listen, I'm not saying that Derrick Henry isn't one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best. 10 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He's got the rushing lead by almost 300 yards. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what it is.
Derrick Henry is on the way as of right now. His stats right now, he is on his way to breaking Eric Dickerson's rushing title as of right now. Man, shit, the man is amazing, man. Anytime you 6'3", 250 pounds, and can run like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem. That is a problem.
That so-called Titan, I mean that so-called Buffalo Bill defense that everybody was touting on, and it wasn't ready. They stacked the box and they still couldn't stop that nigga.
Hey, but don't act like Buffalo ain't have a chance to win it with, you know what I'm saying,
I ain't
30
say all
seconds
that.
left in the game.
That's not what I'm saying. I saw Derrick Henry had 3 touchdowns though.
Yeah, he did.
I saw he had 130 yards rushing though.
He put Tennessee on their back. You know what I'm saying? On his back. He did. He
I
handled
saw
his
him
business.
trolling the offense over there. That's what I saw because they damn sure quarterback ain't there.
You talk about EJ Potter,
Man,
Ryan
you talking
Tannehill.
about Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill played he played all right. He definitely he gave one pick away. I don't think he had no touchdowns in this game though. If I remember right.
Did he not?
I don't think he did. I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm gonna say the nigga didn't. I ain't about to look that shit up. But
What?
I'm gonna say he didn't. But
Hold on.
I remember looking at the stats. I know Derrick Henry had 3 touchdowns. I know he had like 130 yards rushing. So
Hold on. We pulling this shit up.
well,
Right
hold
here.
up. Hold up. We're gonna pull it up for later. Let's really get into the big story tonight. The NBA is back. You know what I'm
It is
saying?
back.
This is my shit right here. I fuck with NBA heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I think I probably follow the NBA more than the NFL now.
You definitely have changed.
I mean, the times have changed, dog. But the Bucks still on top of the league, man. They won tonight, 127-104 over the Nets.
Is that a precursor to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I still say that the Bucks is the best team in the league.
Okay.
I know everybody keep talking about the Lakers, Nets. They even talking about. they keep. I love the fact they be talking about the Bulls. That shit made me laugh. But
I would put Denver in that upper echelon.
Denver, no.
You don't
Denver's
think?
not. Nope.
I think they prime, man. I think they poised and ready to contend.
Last year was their chance. And they
Everybody coming back. They healthy now.
Jamal Murray's not playing right now. He's still not healthy yet.
They coming.
But I would say they gonna be up there. They gonna win a lot of winning games. They gonna win a lot of regular season games, and that's simple. I mean, but look, we gonna get into that right now. We're gonna be playing over under with the fucking NBA schedule. The odds is out. I'm gonna go over some of the key acquisitions though for each team before we go through them, just to give you a little understanding how each team went last season. So let's get started. We're gonna go first with the Atlanta Hawks. Now, Atlanta made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Correct.
All right, so they haven't really lost anybody besides Chris Dunn and Tony Snell. The rest was bench players. So the over under for the season is 46.5. So do you think the Hawks is going to get more than 46 wins?
I think that they can. I think that the Atlanta Hawks is probably a top 3 team in the NBA East. Ice Trae showed, what it takes to be a villain in the city of New York. I think, a few pieces away from really, really, really pushing Milwaukee, but it was Milwaukee's year last year. They were definitely a team of destiny. I think Atlanta can get back, man. I think, barring injury, I think this team got what it takes to be a real top contender in the East. So I'm gonna give them above 46 wins. I think that they're a real talented team. I think they're one of your better teams, and that's something to say coming out of the East. I think the East is turning around.
They won 41 games last year, so that's a lock. You saying they a lock to win 46?
I would say 46 is a strong number.
And it was the fifth seed.
Right. So I definitely can see them as a 3, maybe even a 2 seed, depending on how Brooklyn, because what everything that's going on over there, depending
Yeah.
on what happens in Brooklyn, is going to determine whether Atlanta's a 2 or a 3 seed.
Philly too. Philly might not be the number 1 seed going into next year.
Exactly. We know what just happened today in Philly. Man, if I'm a Sixers fan, bro, I want Ben Simmons out of there ASAP. Like, you cannot continue to do this. I'm not saying that you don't have your own right, but it's how you going about it. Now Joel Embiid don't be bothered with you. Like, it's time, man. It's time to let that go. And as a former LSU Tiger, so I'm supposed to root for Ben, but in this one, I don't know, bro.
All right. All right. Well, next you got the Boston Celtics. Oh
Team of
wait,
mystery.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go on with. I think they're gonna go under. I think the Hawks are gonna be good this year. I think they're gonna win 3 more games than they did last year. 44 wins. They're gonna be under. But I think they'll still be in the top to make the playoffs. I think they'll be like a 4th or 5th seed again going into the season. Unless they make a trade or some shit.
All right, what are some of the holes that the Boston Celtics have that you see that needs to be patched in order for them to be a contender in the East?
A trade for like another star player.
All right, where you going? And if you could, hypothetically speaking, in a perfect world, what trade would you make in order to make Boston a complete team?
They need a point guard. So I mean, if they got Ben Simmons on this team, I would say that they would be a contender without having to give up anybody big, like your main players like Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, being able to keep them two, and then add Ben Simmons with that. Then I would say now you might have a contender on your hands, and they're young too, and they're all around the same age. But other than that, I mean, Jason Tatum and Jason Tatum is great, possibly a top 10 player.
You think this is his year?
I mean, if he's keep doing what he's been doing already, I mean, I think he can be a top 10 player this year. I think so.
Okay. All right. Now let me ask you
I
this.
don't think they have enough around him, in my opinion. Now they have
Depth wise, think about let's
lost a
look
lot
at
of
their
players.
team. Let's look
Yeah.
at their team. You got Jaylen Brown, you got Bruno Fernando, Sam Hauser, Juancho, Hernan Gomez, Al Horford, Inez Cantor, Romeo Langford, Aaron Neesmith, Peyton Pritchard, Josh Richardson, Marcus Smart, who's probably it's time for Marcus Smart to really, really, really solidify himself. This can be the year for him. Broderick Thomas, Dennis Schroeder, Grant Williams, Robert Williams III, and of course, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dennis Schroeder for the regular season, but I mean, like, he's not gonna win you a championship as your main point guard, and not on this team. Like they lose Kemba Walker and they gain Dennis Schroeder. So I know Kemba had a bad year last year because he was hurt a lot, but the year before that they played pretty damn good and they almost got close to the conference finals. So I like when I think they should have held on to Kemba. I think they let Kemba go too early. But if they had somebody like if they could flip Dennis Schroeder and Marcus Smart in some kind of trade for Ben Simmons, I would do that. I would do that trade.
So Marcus Smart and Marcus Smart in the pick.
Marcus Smart. Now you got to do more than just Marcus Smart in the pick. I would say you have to do at least Marcus Smart, a pick, and
Would this
and
be a
uh
3-team trade?
and you got to throw Schroeder in there too.
Okay.
I mean, this probably have to be at the deadline because Schroeder probably can't be traded right now. But yeah, I
Now,
mean,
if
you
you
have it. If you throw Schroeder, Marcus Smart, and a pick for Ben Simmons, I mean, maybe 2 picks. If I'm Philly, I mean, I might think about that. I mean, you ain't in love with the players coming back. I mean, Schroeder is okay. Marcus Smart is what you're gonna get. I mean, none of them is a game changing type of player for Ben Simmons though. You hoping that one of them draft picks turn into something.
okay.
That's what I mean. That's what you're banking on.
All right. So right now you still have, as far as the class of the NBA East, the Eastern Conference, you still have Milwaukee rated as your number one team. Are you saying Atlanta is your number two? Or are you saying Philly is your number two?
I would say Brooklyn's my number 2.
All right.
Yeah, Brooklyn's definitely number 2. But real quick, let's do the over under for Boston. Boston is 46.5 as well.
All right.
If I'm gonna go with
last year, what did they do? What was their schedule? What was their record last year?
Boston was 36-36. It was a 7th seed.
I think you're gonna see a little bit more of that. I think Boston might get to about 42 wins. I don't think that they're gonna see the 46 win ceiling. So I'm gonna say no.
I think it might be a bubble team. Shit. I mean, I mean for real, because I mean they don't have nothing else. I mean like Jaylen Brown's he's an all star, but he's not like a superstar. Jalen and Jason Tatum is a superstar,
He's gonna give you 20 wins on GP.
but you need more around that. I mean Marcus Smart is probably your third best player on this team. I mean maybe Al Horford. I mean he's like 37. He's like our age playing out there. Now we ain't no athletes, but I'm just saying, like you playing
No, we're not
37 with
at.
all these young 20-year-old dudes out there. I mean, like it's hard to keep up. Even LeBron been having a hard time keeping up.
LeBron actually came out and said that the load management, he's not a fan of it. He said he actually plays bad when his minutes are low. He rathers more minutes. He rathers
I don't know
wide
if I
open.
believe that.
Hey, that's his turn. That's what he said.
All right,
So, but tonight, I haven't been a LeBron show on the court as far as from a minutes play standpoint.
the update right now. What's the score?
Right now, Lakers up 84-76, third quarter, 2 minutes left.
All right, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I see Davis and James getting theirs though. I mean LeBron already got a double double, 25 and
Mm.
10. Davis got 26 and 8.
So they're gonna let him sit the rest of this third quarter.
But yeah, I told you, Bazemore started instead of Carmelo.
You know
DeAndre
what?
Jordan.
I wouldn't. I like that. Let save Melo legs, put him in the key spots. He's gonna get his rotational minutes anyway.
Got to, because that nigga gonna be shooting that bitch. You need
Right
him
now, he
off
got
the court. You need him off the court when LeBron is off the court.
he's got
You
the
know what?
ball in his hand now. Turn around, up. He got fouled. So Melo's getting ready to go to the line.
I don't think you're gonna see a lot of LeBron, LaMelo at the same. LeBron and Carmelo at the same time until probably maybe
2 minutes left in the game.
yeah. But throughout the game, you probably ain't gonna see it as much.
So what you thinking, bro? You said they're gonna be a bubble team, so we say no to the 46.5.
Working right, yeah. I'm saying no to the 46.5.
All right.
I'm saying they're gonna probably be like around 40, 43 wins, 42 wins.
All right. Because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 42. You going 42?
last year was a shortened season by 10 games. You got to keep that into consideration too. But I still think, they only going to win a few more games and still be like a potential 8 seed or even a 9 seed.
Okay.
So I say they probably will make the bubble. I will say that they're good enough to make the bubble.
All right.
Potential 8 seed.
All right. Who up next, dog?
All right. Up next is the Brooklyn Nets.
Uh-oh.
Now, Brooklyn lost Spencer Dinwiddie, Jeff Green, Tyler Johnson, DeAndre Jordan, Landry Shamet. They lost damn near half their team.
Yeah. It is a definitely different team in Brooklyn.
They gutted that original team that made the playoffs without the superstars. The only people that came back from last year was Bruce Brown, Nicholas Claxton, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, James Harden, Joe Harris, and Kyrie Irving. People that only matter in their opinion. Joe Harris is their sharpshooter. They need that nigga. James Harden, Blake Griffin, and Kevin Durant with a question mark on Kyrie. But the people that they brought in LaMarcus Aldridge. They brought in James Johnson that Tito and you was in love with, and down here in New Orleans.
Hey, defense is everything.
He was a defensive-minded player, and yeah, he's what you needed on the stopgap. I mean, you need somebody to just be able to play defense every now and then on the perimeter and then shoot threes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Dog, Patty Mills, Paul Millsap.
And he's a goon on the court. So I mean, he
Absolutely.
take care of shit.
Absolutely.
Patty Mills.
I like Paul Millsap, bro. You know, I'm always rep Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana man on the court. And he's been a solid player.
I would have liked to see him have played in New Orleans at least once.
Hey, absolutely. But you can put, when you got James Harden on the court, you know what I'm saying? When you got James Harden and KD, and you got two guys who can, at any given time, whenever they want to, they can give you 40. Mm-hmm. They can give you 40. You know what I'm saying? Not just. Peace. I mean, I'm talking about 40 going away. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, so you can put a LaMarcus Aldridge, somebody who can walk out 15 feet, 18 feet, can give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I like Brooklyn, regardless. I still like Brooklyn. You said
look, it's the ISO game. It's the ISO game.
Absolutely. Get out the way. Give me the ball.
It's the ISO game. The way. So I mean, they're gonna win games just because of the talent on the team alone. KD and James Harden is gonna take over games.
And you said you didn't care for what you saw out of Blake Griffin on the court.
I mean, Blake Griffin is in a perfect role right now. I mean, Kyrie's not there, so he's gonna get his numbers back up a little bit. I mean, he gonna be all right. He gonna be just enough. I mean, you don't need him to be dunking on people's head every night. He has lost a lot of athleticism, though. You can see it. He's kind of turned into like a 3-point shooter in some regards too. He's just hanging out on the 3-point line sometimes. But I mean, he ain't never been good on defense, like talking about. So, I mean, this team is gonna be fine. I got them as the number 2 seed in the East. They're gonna be fine. I ain't got no problem with the Nets. It's when they get to the playoffs. But this is the regular season shit. So they number is at 56.5.
As a number 2, you gotta get it. As a number 2, you gotta get it.
They won 48 games last year in a shortened season minus 10. So
you can give them 8 of those 10 games.
Okay.
And so that's a 50 team.
That's on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, so that's a 50-win team. easily as a 50-win team. They have the talent to be a 60-win team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna probably low manage the fuck out that bitch to where they you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, because they still had 24 losses in a shortened season last year with all that talent.
That is true. But and you already know what my rebuttal gonna be.
And this is a completely new team. They got to get used to each other.
We're still in the East.
Yeah, they're gonna feed on a lot of badass, shitty teams. Yeah,
we're still in the East.
I'm going under.
56? You going under?
I'm going under 56.
Bro,
I said they're gonna probably be like 54, 55 games. 55 is my cap for them. I don't see them winning more than 55 games.
Bro, they can go on a run, dog. Especially when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, seeding it.
I'm not betting it, but I'm saying that I'm going under.
I know you scared of it.
I wouldn't bet it, but I'm saying like I'm picking the under on this shit. 56 is too many games. You saying it's 56 and a half, so you saying they're gonna win 57 of them motherfuckers.
I said that they have the capability of being a 60-win team.
They're not winning 57 games this year.
You don't see it?
Nope. They the East version of the Lakers.
I see them as a 56-win team plus. I see them as a solid number 2. We already know who the number 1 team in the East
I think
is.
the Bucks will probably win 60 games.
The Bucks are definitely winning 60 games. They're going to win the East. They're going back to the NBA Finals unless James Harden and KD go absolutely bananas.
Okay.
They have the capability of doing so.
Changing your pick.
They have the capability of doing so.
The original pick was the Nets.
The capability of doing so. You know what? Live YouTube. You know what? I'm gonna still stick with Brooklyn. I'm not gonna flip flop. Listen, I saw Giannis in bits and pieces tonight. I saw Milwaukee in bits and pieces tonight. The ring.
That nigga a monster.
My God, is he? He is. He is the beast. He's definitely the best. I'm gonna say he's the best player in the NBA. In the NBA.
He is the best player in the NBA.
In the NBA.
He's better than AD.
He is the best in the NBA right now. He is. He is. He's got he's got a great supporting role. He's got Middleton, Drew Holiday. That supporting cast is serious in Milwaukee, excuse me. I love their energy. The way that they play, they look like they're having fun. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry, the cohesion. You can see it even more now, going into this championship defense reign. They're gonna get a lot of teams best. A lot of people gonna go to Milwaukee and they're gonna give them their all. Everybody won't beat the champs. So that means that Milwaukee is gonna have to be mentally focused and locked in this year. I still think they are the best team in the East, but they beat a team that they're gonna see in the NBA in the Eastern Conference Finals in Brooklyn, and I got Brooklyn going.
Okay. Tito Jones says he's sticking with the Bucks, and your Lakers are going to lose, according to Tito in the chat.
Whatever. Whatever. Everybody look. Why was everybody beef with the Lakers? They ain't did nothing to nobody. Everybody want to talk about them.
Let's move on to the next team. All right, next team is the Charlotte Hornets. They lost Bismack Biyombo, Devontae Graham, Malik Monk, Cody Zeller, Brad Wanamaker, Grant Riller, Caleb Martin. Obviously, they still got LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Vernon Carney, Kerry Jr., Gordon Hayward, Cody Martin, Jalen McDaniels, Nick Richards, Terry Rozier, and P.J. Washington.
That's gonna be a sneaky good team. That's gonna be a sneaky good team, bro.
They added Kelly Oubre, Mason Plumlee. I like that Kelly Oubre, and I like him on this team. Um, and a bunch of other role players.
Gordon Hayward is gonna be that veteran leadership that they've been sorely lacking.
Ish Smith made the team over there too, former New Orleans Pelican, New Orleans
Oh,
Hornets.
yeah.
The over under for this team is 38.5.
It's a solid number.
It's pretty low.
It's a solid number. This team is still young. They're
It was a
definitely
number
gonna make
10.
the playoffs.
It was the number 10 seed last year, 33 wins.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. They're gonna be
I
a playing game team. So you don't think that they're gonna be a bubble team?
think they'll be a bubble team, yeah.
I
I
think they
don't
got
know
the
if they'll
talent to do so.
I don't know if LaMelo Ball it can lead a team just yet. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, his talent alone should say that he can fucking get them to the bubble and at least maybe get a play and win and win their way into the playoffs.
You gonna get a couple wins out of Gordon Hayward, bro. I think he still got it. Or you think leaving, you think is you on the downside of it of
If
his
this was
career?
Utah Jazz Gordon Hayward, then I would say yeah. But I mean, he ain't never been the same since that
That ankle?
that compound fracture that he had. That
Yeah.
shit was nasty.
Yeah, live
Like,
on TV.
that was never he was never the same. So who's your second best player on this team? Gordon Hayward is probably your second best player. I don't know. Some people probably say Miles Bridges might be your second best player on this team. Honestly. Kelly Oubre is a nice defensive player that can shoot threes for you. I mean, but Terry Rozier is a nice backup point guard. I mean, PJ
I like
Washington playing defense and rebound. I mean, I
I
don't know.
like the upside. I like the upside to this team. I can see him as a bubble. I can see him as a playing game. Depending on who they play in that playing game, you know what I'm saying?
They lost Malik Monk and Devontae Graham through two nice 3-point shooters off the bench.
Charlotte could be one of those backdoor playoff teams. Like, how do they get in? But I think the league would be better if they were in the playoffs because, I mean, the brand of ball that LaMelo plays, he plays a good brand of basketball. He's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? So
D'Angelo made the practice squad or the G League team. He got cut from the main.
Hey, it could be a reunion down the line. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't.
But hey, if they do that, everybody got to take that shit that they said about LeVar Ball back. If they can pull that off and they can have two of the Ball brothers play on an NBA team together, everybody got to bow down and shake LeVar hand and tell him my bad.
Technically, LeVar already won. I mean, all three of his sons was on the NBA team at the same time.
True.
So,
but getting two of his sons to play together. He said that was a dream of his. You know what I'm saying?
Happened last year.
Play together.
Happened last year.
In Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he already won. I mean, so I just don't see LiAngelo getting past a G League team. I mean, he just don't have the extra tools. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see him doing anything extra besides that. We'll see. Hey, but I think LaMelo has definitely got the upside to be something special, though. His brother, I'm not that sold on Lonzo. I'm not that sold on him.
What you see is what you get.
Because that's the next team that's coming up next. But as far as 38.5 on Charlotte, I'm gonna say I can see them getting the 39 wins. I can see them going to 39 wins. So I'm gonna get them the over. I think I could definitely see them missing the playoffs, even with 39 wins in the East, because the East got better. But I mean, we're going for win total, so I can see them getting to 39. I'm gonna go with the over.
I got Charlotte with 36 wins, but I do have them as a definite bubble team.
All right. Next, you got the Chicago Bulls, the most overhyped team in the East outside the Nets. The Bulls won 31 games last year. The over-under for this year is 43.5. So even Vegas don't even believe in it. So 43 wins, 43.5. Let's go over the new players on their team. So they lost Alfred Camino.
How
Laurie
long
Mark.
has Alfaro Camino been in the damn league?
He's been around in a minute. He's been getting steady work.
And how long has he been with the Chicago Bulls?
Not that long.
He's had a stint with him before.
Did he? Well,
I
early in
could
his
have
career?
sworn early in his career. Because remember, he played with us for a little while.
Well, look at that right quick while I'm pulling this up. So these are the players that the Bulls lost. They lost Alfred Camino. They lost Cristiano Felicio, Laurie Markkinen, Thomas Adoransky, Garrett Temple, Daniel Thies, Thaddeus Young, and Denzel Valentine. They added Lonzo Ball, Tony Bradley, Alex Caruso, Tyler Cook, DeMar DeRozan, Ayo DeSumo, Elise Johnson, Derek Jones Jr., Marco Simonovic, and Matt Thomas. They only brought back Troy Brown, Javante Green, Zach LaVine, Nicholas Vucevic, Kobe White, Pat Williams, and Devin Dawson. So they had a big overhaul on their team too. So they had only 6 guys coming back from the original team from last year. So and Vucevic got traded over to this team in mid-season last year. So Zach LaVine and Kobe White is the main pieces that was the original pieces. You adding in Vucevic within the past 6 months, Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, and Caruso coming off the bench as your main pieces of this team. Can Zach LaVine lead your team? Pretty much.
Hey, Zach
Um,
LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan ain't no slouch.
no, he's not. What do you think about DeMar DeRozan's game? His
I
game's
think
changed up a little bit.
the DeMar DeRozan that played in San Antonio
Mhm.
wasn't the best version of DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
I think DeMar DeRozan, the Toronto Raptor, DeMar DeRozan, was a better iteration of himself. Going into Chicago, I think he's going to have a little bit more freedom.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? To kind of play a brand of basketball that he wants to play. I mean, he's gonna have something. He's got a few defensive stoppers out there. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get DeMar DeRozan's gonna get you 22, 25. He can give you a solid 22, 25. Probably get you 7. Probably get you about what 2 steals. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna get it in. It's everybody else. Again, it's everybody else. I
And let's
think
be real. Let's be real. Do you believe in Lonzo Ball to
no.
start this fucking
We've
game
seen
up?
Lonzo. We've
Are
seen
we
what
are we
Lonzo
ready?
can do.
Are we ready to see Lonzo be the number 1 star point guard, pushing our offense? DeMar DeRozan needs the ball. Zach LaVine needs the ball.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh, is the same similar situation that Lonzo had coming from New Orleans, where the 2 ball dominant guys are leading the team and he's the point guard. DeMar DeRozan is going to demand and he kind of plays a different style of game now. He's kind of a spot up shooter now. And Zach LaVine is the primary target. He's the best talent on this team. Period.
It will dunk on you.
Yeah, the whole game. He gonna dunk on you, shoot threes. He gonna drive to the paint. He gonna draw the fouls. I mean, he did the whole thing for this team. So he's gonna be the main piece for this team. Can DeMar DeRozan be a Scottie Pippen? Can Lonzo
I
Ball
think
be
you
the
can.
third? Can Lonzo Ball be the third best player on a playoff team?
From a defense and from a
The right answer is in the East, yes.
I don't know. I'm just scarred by what I saw here, bro. Because to
I'm
me, go ahead.
gonna say, yeah. I mean, I think they can make the playoffs in the East.
So you're not a scarred Pelicans fan, sir?
I'm not saying that they get great. I'm just saying that they can make the playoffs in the East. I think the Pelicans would have made the playoffs in the East.
I think the Pelicans can make the playoffs if they win these.
Well, what I'm
But
saying is this team is definitely gonna make the bubble with the talent it's got. Caruso is a nice six-man candidate. You know what I'm saying? So I like
so
this
get
team to make the 7 to 8 seed.
so 43 and a half.
I can see them winning 44, 45 games.
Oh, the faith that you have in the Chicago Bulls.
As a 7 seed,
So you're giving them 44 games?
I'm giving them 44 games. Yeah,
Okay.
44 games.
I'll double you up and I'll say that they're definitely going to make the playoffs.
They'll
I
make the
get.
playoffs.
I think that they'll probably. I think that 6-7 mark, like you said, is probably a solid mark. Um, Again, barring injury. I just don't know depth wise how this team's gonna hold up. I don't know if it's gonna be a trade deadline deal that could possibly go down if depending on where they're sitting at about that time. Uh I don't know if I'm in love with the big men in Chicago right now.
Trading somebody, probably trading Vucevic.
Like you
Vucevic
need
is
a
a trade chip.
you need a big man. I mean, with this team, I think that they have the tools in the backcourt. I just don't know if the front court is as deep as it should be.
I agree. I mean, but this is a guard dominant team, heavily
Yes,
guard dominant.
yes.
I mean, Zach LaVine, Kobe White. I mean, Kobe White's not even getting any play time amongst all these guys.
Troy Brown Jr.
Like you're gonna have to play DeMar DeRozan probably at the small forward somewhere,
Yeah,
or maybe Zach LaVine at small forward. So, especially if you're gonna have all three of those guys on the court at the same time, so
yeah.
and still have enough time to get Caruso to get his minutes and Kobe White to get his minutes. Uh, I think they need to trade one of these guards away. In my opinion, I think Kobe White will probably be another person that you can probably trade out of there because of his trade value as being a young player.
Golden State is up 100-92 right now. 7:13 left in the fourth.
Golden State giving y'all a run.
Golden State up 8 right now. LeBron at the line.
All right, what you say? You say you're going over or under for
I give him 45. I think 6-7. 6-7 is like probably where they're gonna land. I still think they need to go acquire a big man if they really want to make a run in this playoffs. They're gonna need not only just any type of big man. They're gonna need second chance points because Zach's gonna play in the paint, but then everybody else, that's not everybody else's game. So you definitely so you definitely gonna need somebody who can definitely rebound and kick you out, get you some second chance opportunity. And
all
you
right. I mean, I think Lonzo Ball gonna probably get hurt in here somewhere. So where he gonna go down and one of the other guys gonna step up and probably take the starting role from. I think I can see Kobe White taking the starting role from Lonzo.
Man, that sound familiar, huh?
I think if Kobe White really ups, the level of his talent, I mean, I think he's a one-dimensional kind of offensive player because he's so small. He can't play defense. I mean,
Shooting wise,
at least Lonzo can give you both offense and defense a little bit.
shooting wise, you give the edge to Lonzo.
I'm gonna say Lonzo, shooting wise for now. I'm gonna say Lonzo. What you would say?
That's why I posed the question because because you and I both know Lonzo had those stretches. He had those stretches where
he have stretches where he'd be great, but he's streaky with it.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I like Kobe White's upside though. His offensive talent upside wise. But if you tell me right now this season, I mean, I think I might take Lonzo just because he can give me offense and defense.
Okay. Okay.
Um.
So I think we both got Chicago as a definite playoff team.
Yep. Let me go with the over.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
How much time are we spending on Cleveland?
I can run through this real fast. They lost Matt Dellavedova, which I didn't know that nigga was still in the league. Isaiah Harstein, a really hard name I can't pronounce. Jeremiah Martin, Larry Nance Jr., Tareem Prince, Broderick Thomas, Anderson Varejao. Damn, that nigga still was on this team.
He's a plant.
They added in Ed Davis, Taco Fall, Laurie Marketing, Evan Mobley, RJ Nimberhart, whatever, Kevin Pangos, Ricky Rubio, and Denzel Valentine. To add in with Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Kevin Love, Isaac Okoro, C.D. Osman, Colin Sexton, Dylan Windler, Lamar Stevens, and Dean Wade. This probably gonna be one of the worst teams in the league.
Shout out to Taco Fall.
Shout out to Colin Sexton. I wish he was the point guard for the Pelicans. He's an actual good point
Colin's
guard.
nice.
I wish we would have been able to trade for him. But Kevin Love is no longer even a start on this team, and he's the highest paid player on this team. They also paid a lot of money to Jared Allen to be the center. That only block shots. He's like a poor man version of Rudy Gobert, and he's not even the nice version of Rudy Gobert. So,
what's the over under?
Who's the best person on this team? Fuck, I guess
who is the best player on this team?
Sexton. Colin Sexton.
It's got to be Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton is pound for pound, probably. I would say Ricky Rubio got some skills. Yeah, he do.
I'm surprised Ricky Rubio win here. I think he got traded. Didn't? Oh, was he a free agent? I think he was a free agent. But
now, Ricky
he
got
came
some
over
talent.
here. I mean, I see him as he can start for the Pelicans.
Yeah, he could.
Like, I don't understand why he didn't go to the Pelicans. But anyway, I could see him still starting for some teams. He probably not going to start here because of Colin Sexton. I mean, unless they play both of them at the start, at guard. I mean, Darius Garland is never panned out to be the point guard that they thought he was going to be. So this team is shitty. It's ass. Laurie Markin is going to get a lot of points. He's probably the second best player on this team. I wish I would have liked him on the Pelicans too. Now that Zion's not playing,
that hurt.
But We get to that later.
You always throw them zingers, man.
But anyway,
Damn, bro.
let's get over under. Let's be quick. The over under 27.5.
I think they're all.
I'm going under. They're going fucking
You
under.
petty, dog.
Way fucking under. They'd be like if they win 15 games with this team.
Oh, really?
I think they might win maybe 15. Maybe.
That's not 15 games. Jeez.
I think they if they can get to 20 wins, I'd be surprised.
Man, you cold, bro.
Laurie Marketing is all right, but not as your number 2 player.
See, I got them for 18 wins. I got them a little bit.
All right, moving on. Dallas.
Our first Western Conference team.
Dallas Mavericks. Now, Dallas lost Tyler Bay, Nate Hinton, Nicole O'Mealy, J.D. Redick, Josh Richardson, and Tyrell Terry. They brought back majority of their team, adding in Moses Brown, Sterling Brown, Reggie Bullock, Ja'Cory McLaughlin, Frank Ntilikina, and Eugene Omaruri. They brought back the whole squad pretty much, dog. Luka, Kristaps, Tim Powell, Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, Boban, Tim Hardaway Jr. That's the big 3 on this team. Luka, Kristaps, and Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, if you want to count Tim Hardaway Jr. is a major player, but Luka by himself is an MVP candidate, I think. The Southwest Division is wide the fuck open. Houston ain't good. The Pelicans ain't good. San Antonio ain't good.
So
you got them in Memphis.
So you got the Dallas Mavericks probably winning the Southwest Division.
Yeah, they should win their first. I want to say they won last year, didn't they? Let me double check this. Division wise, yeah, they won last year. So I mean, San Antonio was terrible last year.
Hey, and to add to what Dallas did on last year, bro. That was a classic series that they had against the LA Clippers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, the road teams won for the most part. In that series in the playoffs. I just think that they ran out of gas. I see this team 48.5. I see this team potentially getting a little bit more than 48.5, man. This could be definitely a 50 to 53 win team.
Okay, so I mean they got a new head coach too, Jason Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the media don't like him. I mean, because based off his previous history.
I think Dallas could be a solid 4 seed, a solid 5 seed in the West.
You think they could be a top 4 seed in the West?
Depending on 3 factors. Can Porzingis handle his business?
Stay healthy. That's the best part of his business, staying healthy.
I'm just saying. Can he?
Rumors of them not liking each other.
You gotta be able to put the personal shit aside.
How you got 2 of the potential best white boys in the league together and they don't like each other?
Because there's only room for one. There can only be one.
Well, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I mean, you got your boy over there in Denver. That's already a lie.
There's only one, bro. They are pulling away, bro. This shit is getting scary.
But getting
Golden
back on
State
track.
is pulling away.
Getting back on track. 48.5 is the number for Dallas.
It's a solid number for the Dallas.
So do you think they can get to 49 wins?
Yeah, I can see them. I can really see this team. The ceiling for this team, I can see as a 4 seed.
They won 42 in a short season.
The ceiling for this team is a 4 seed.
I can see them winning 50 games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right set of circumstances, they get out at the right time. They could probably even go up to 53 games, in my opinion. I would love to see them again go back to the playoffs. And I want to see them. I just like the matchup between them and the Clippers. I just think that was a classic matchup, bro. I see them covering. I see them covering for sure, and I got them winning the Southwest.
Easily. Unless John Morant just take it to another level.
And he probably can. He is on the way.
All right. Well, next up is the Denver Nuggets. Surprisingly, Denver is lower than Dallas on this at 47.5.
As a formality because of injuries.
Well, I mean, Denver won a lot of their games without Jamal Murray. So, including the playoffs. Now they didn't get past the second round, but
with the reigning NBA MVP.
With reigning MVP as a regular season squad, they still got a lot of firepower on the team. Looking at the transactions from this new season coming up, only person that they only lost 3 people. They lost Shaquille Harrison, JaVale McGee, and Paul Millsap. That's it. Paul Millsap, you can argue, was falling off a rotation anyway with Michael Porter Jr. playing better and staying healthy and just being dominant. And Aaron Gordon showing up in a trade midseason too. That kind of ended Paul Millsap's chance of being there. They added in some bench players, Jeff Green, Deshaun Highland. That's pretty much it. Everybody else, the squad is back. Will Barton, Bol, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, Nikola Jokic, Monty Morris, Michael Porter Jr., Austin Rivers, PJ Dozier.
That's a deep team.
Jamal Murray still waiting in the win, coming back from injury.
That is a deep team.
But Monty Morris can still step in and start for him and not miss too much because he provides enough three-point shooting for you.
47.5, real number, or you think it's too low?
47.5. They were a 47-win team in a shortened season, and they were the number 2 seed, only behind the Jazz. So I can see them winning 53 games next season. At least 53. So I'm going with the over. I don't know how they over is under is less than Dallas. I would say that's a lot. I would definitely put Denver as a lot to go way over 50. They definitely a 51 team.
I see this team as a 58 to 60 win team. I see this team as a solid number 2 team in the West. I think this team, once they get fully healthy, can be a team that can win the Western Conference Finals and go to the fucking NBA Finals.
They a trade away from actually, like with them being able to say, hey, during the regular season, we can still kill teams without our second best player and potentially maybe even trade him for somebody better. Because Michael Porter Jr. might be the second best player on the team by the time the end of the season. That nigga that damn good.
So we got them as a number 2, or I have them as a number 2 team in the West.
don't know. Utah, I don't know. Utah is still Utah. But I'm definitely got I definitely got Denver going over. So we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Moving on to Detroit. Poor Detroit. Detroit is 40. My bad, excuse me.
No.
25 and a half. 25 and a half for Detroit. They lost half their team this season. They lost Tyler Cook, Siku Demboye, Wayne Ellington, Jaleel Okafor, Mason Plumlee, Divides Service, some whatever, and Dennis Smith Jr. They added in the number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, Luka Garza, Isaiah Livers, Trey Lyles, Kelly Olynyk, Jamarco Pickett, and Chris Smith. I think they got some players on this team. They also got Frank Jackson on this team, former New Orleans Pelican.
There's gonna be some dark times in the Little Caesars arena. They're not covering.
25 and a half.
This is gonna be a team like how we look
I'm
at
going
Cleveland.
under.
I think this team is gonna struggle to get to 22 to 23 wins.
I think they might get close to 25.
So what you thinking 22, 23?
I think Cade Cunningham might be legit.
They're not covering.
They're not covering, though.
This is not a playoff team.
It's a young ass team. They might be the worst team candidate. They're definitely a worst team of the league candidate up there with Cleveland.
So you agree as well they're not covering?
Fuck no, they ain't covering. No, they ain't covering. Yeah, we can move on. Next up, Golden State. The team that is whooping the Lakers' ass right now.
You watching this shit?
This game is over.
It is. We got it's 115-106 Golden State with 45 seconds left.
LeBron tried. Angelica balled out in this game, man. And Jordan Poole.
Hey, LeBron and AD both got over 30.
It's just one game, but this definitely was the opening home game.
Right.
You didn't think this would happen like this.
Golden State with all of their pieces back, if they
don't even have Wiseman didn't even play in this game.
If with a healthy Klay Thompson,
yeah, Klay Thompson.
This team could be a dark horse in the West. I got them as a solid 5, maybe 6. You know, there's still a lot of basketball to be played. There's things that's gonna happen this season, some weird things. But
what about what they lost? They lost Kent Bazemore, Jordan Bell, Nico Mannion, Michael Mulder, Kelly Oubre, Eric Paschal, Gary Payton II, and Alan Schmagelak. Schmalagi, whatever.
Say Schmagelak.
That
was a desperation 3 that went in. I can't believe it.
They added in Angelica, Chris Chiazza, Jeff Dowden, Andre Iguodala back, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Otto Porter.
Mm-hmm.
I think Otto Porter is a solid pick. Shoot threes and play defense. That's all you need him to do. This is a solid Warriors team, especially if Klay Thompson is anything what he used to be. You still got James Wiseman, who I think might get traded. Honestly, he might get traded off the team. There's a high possibility he'll get traded to somebody.
Check this stat out.
I can see them trading for like a high, a disgruntled player somewhere. But like, you know what? We got James Wiseman and some picks. What's that?
The
Um,
the Golden State Warriors were 24-3 last year when they had 30 plus assists in a game.
mm,
That is amazing.
I like it.
It's a
I like the
sneaky
team.
good team. This is a dark horse contender in the West. They are not to be slept on.
This Warrior team, it might be it's definitely a bottom half playoff team. I don't know if I'm ready to call them a top 4 team. But with how the West is kind of wide open,
Five,
outside,
six.
it's a possibility they can sneak into number 4,
I could agree with
depending
that.
on what happens with Clay. A lot of depends on what happens with Clay. If Clay can stay healthy, if Wiseman can stay healthy, but if you trade Wiseman and Andrew Wiggins and some picks, I mean, you can go get somebody and add with this team, and the Warriors be like right back playoff title contention.
Who would you add to that roster to give them that?
I would say Bradley Beal would be one name.
Oh,
Um, I think James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, and maybe 2 first-round picks is a lot. But I think if you're the Warriors, you do that shit in a heartbeat.
shit. You get Bradley Beal with that team. That's nasty. I don't
Now,
know if Washington will give him up.
I don't know if James Wiseman is worthy of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I seen enough. I think everybody's seen enough of Andrew Wiggins to know he ain't the number 1 player for nobody. But I mean, he a serviceable player. I mean, but if James Wiseman is that dude, I mean, he showed spurts of it last year. So I mean, I don't know. Might have to throw something else in there too.
You let him
But
learn it and grow with the team, or
it's definitely not enough for like somebody like Dame. That's not enough.
nah.
Might have to throw in
Portland want
somebody.
the house. If you ain't coming with the house, don't go to Portland. They want it all.
What about Ben Simmons?
No.
Would you put Ben Simmons on this Warriors team? No.
Well,
What
it's
if you
not like
trade?
he's gonna be shooting. Well, you
What if you
necessarily
trade?
don't have to give him the ball. You could pick
What
up
if
a
you
hell of a
trade?
defense.
What if you trade Ben Simmons for Draymond Green?
No, fuck no.
They do the similar things.
But he don't have the. He's not a court general. He's not a general. He's not an enforcer.
Here's a
Ben
court
Sim-
general.
Listen, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is not nowhere near the presence that Draymond Green is.
You saying that he is not an all-star elite
I didn't
floor
say that.
general?
I didn't say that.
Floor general.
For what? For what
Draymond can't,
Draymond Green does for that Warriors team?
but at least he chooses.
He's the emotional. He's the team leader. He's the. I know Steph is the man, but realistically, I think the heartbeat and the soul of that team is Draymond, and I don't think he get the credit that he deserves for what it is that he does. He does a lot of the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? Draymond could go on a run where he ain't scoring a point, but guess what? He's got 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes he don't give you a stat line of 2 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds,
But
maybe
he
less.
everywhere. But he all over the court. You know what I'm saying? Causing
He
havoc.
does. He's an energy guy. He's the enforcer. Yes, that's true. And
You know
he
what I'm
also
saying?
pushes the ball up a lot more than people think because he's a point forward for the team.
Yes.
And that's why I said that Ben Simmons can do the same thing that he does. The only thing that Ben Simmons doesn't do is that he doesn't attempt 3-point shots. At least Draymond attempts them. He don't
Draymond to hit them bitches. He wide open. Don't leave him open. He'll knock him down.
at a low rate. At a better rate than Ben Simmons. But fuck, I mean, I'm just saying, if you want a younger, faster, stronger version, potentially stronger version of Draymond, for mostly what he does, but about 90% of what he does, that's Ben Simmons.
I still like Draymond. I'm sorry. This
So
Draymond's
Ben Simmons is a better player than Draymond today. That's a fact.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
You saying Draymond Green is a better player?
I think all around when I'm looking at somebody on my team, if I'm the Golden State Warriors and I'm seeing what's unfolding in Philly, I'm not wanting none of that in my fucking locker room.
I will say this. It depends on what the team is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm bringing Ben Simmons to this team, to the Warriors team, replacing Draymond, I like my chances. And Clay is old Clay, or at least some version of Clay. I like this team. I like that team. Now, is he gonna give you the same mindset as Draymond? Fuck no. He ain't probably give you the same heart. Probably not.
Is he gonna give you the same energy plays, those effort plays, those momentum changing plays to get you back in?
When it's on the line, I would say no.
No.
I can understand that on that part. I like the way it sounds. Anyway, I don't give a shit about the Warriors anyway. I don't even know why I'm even arguing.
What's the over under?
The over under is 47.5. 47 and a half for the Warriors. They won 39 games last year in the short season. So, do you think they can win 8 more games?
Yes. With a healthy Klay Thompson, yes.
All right. So 8 more games will still not be enough.
I give the Golden State Warriors, they are a 50-win team.
I don't think they're a 50-win team.
I'm saying 50 wins for the Golden State Warriors.
I think they're a 47-win team.
I watched so you got them under half a game.
Yeah, I don't think they can get to 48 wins.
I watched what they did to the Lakers. Granted, it's opening night. They walked into a hostile environment. They played their brand of basketball, minus some contributors.
The old Lakers team,
and they won. They won going away.
It's not a 3-point shooting Lakers team either. In a new NBA, this is a bad constructed team.
They won going away, bro, and that it pains me to say this.
I can't wait to talk about the Lakers. We're gonna get to the Lakers.
It pains me to say this. It really does, but
we're gonna get to the Lakers. Hold up.
All right.
Let's get to the next game. You say you're going over for
I think Golden State, respectfully, I think Golden State can be a 50-win team.
All right. Next up is Houston. The nipple Oreo of the NBA.
Shout out to EJ the DJ. He's still a Rockets fan, I think. According to us.
Rockets fan.
Hey, bro,
the over under is 26.5.
I think it's gonna be under. Show me something that's gonna change that.
They lost Avery Bradley, Sterling Brown, Dante Exum, Anthony Lamb, Cameron Oliver, Kelly Olynyk, Cameron Reynolds, Kyrie Thomas, and DJ Wilson. They added Josh, Christopher, Usman, Garuba, Jalen Green, Garrison Matthews, Daisha Nix, Alfred Speen. None of these niggas matter. Respectfully.
So you said 12-win team?
They still got Eric Gordon, bitch ass, on this team. Excuse me. Christian Wood, John Wall has been designated to not play for this team, but he's still on this team. That's lovely. I wish I could get. Let me shut up. Anyway, so
over under 23. You said
I would say under the 26.5. They going way the fuck under. They're gonna be the worst team in the West.
I second that notion. Good news for us Pelicans fans is that they're in the Southwest and we can
the
count
easy
on.
pushing back. But Christian Wood be whooping our ass though. But yeah, way under 26 and a half. They gonna be like a 22 win team.
I got them as a 16 win team.
All right, moving on. Indiana. Indiana is 42 and a half.
That's a solid 5-6 seed in the East.
They
Solid 5
lost.
or 6 in the East.
Okay. They lost Amita Brema, Aaron Holiday, Doug McDermott, Jakar Sampson, Cassius Stanley, and Edmund Summer. They added Torrey Craig, Chris Duarte, Isaiah Jackson, Dalen Giroux, Brad Wanamaker, and Dwayne Washington Jr. And adding the main cast of the team: Malcolm Brogdon, Justin Holiday, Karis LeVert, T.J. Warren, Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis. Solid team. T.J. McConnell, solid team.
Solid 5 seed.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna make the bottom half. The bottom half bubblish team. They're the average Indiana Pacers team. They have just enough talent to. I like Karis LeVert on this team. I always like Karis LeVert. I can't
Do
tell
you
who.
wish him to go back to Brooklyn?
Nah, he don't fit in on Brooklyn. That's why they got rid of him. He need the ball too much. I mean, it's between Sabonis and LeVert is the best players on this team. Or some might say Malcolm Brogdon is the best player on this team. It's a bunch of solid players. There's nobody's like that stand out. Like none of them are real like major all stars. They like borderline all stars.
I think that 42 half of the number is probably dead on. I can see them as a 42 and 40 type team.
A lot of defense on this team though. I can see them getting 43 wins. I can see them getting 43, 44 wins. I'm gonna go on over.
Okay.
Barely over.
I got him at 42.
Barely going over. You got them going under?
I got him going 42 wins. I like him at a 42 and 40 team.
All right, so you're going under.
Mm-hmm.
42 and a half. All right. Next up is the Clippers.
Uh-oh.
Surprisingly,
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at this over under and I'm like, damn, they ain't get no love on this bitch. But then I remember that Kawhi not starting the season. 45 and a half. 45 and a half for the Clippers. The Clippers have lost Patrick Beverly, DeMarcus Cousins, Yogi Ferrell, Daniel Ototuru, Patrick Patterson, Rajon Rondo. They added Eric Bledsoe, BJ Boston, Isaiah Harstein, Keon Johnson, James Preston, and Justice Winslow. This team didn't get better, in my opinion. You replacing Patrick Beverly with Eric Bledsoe, pretty much. I'm not a fan of this team, honestly.
Eric Gordon. Well, excuse me.
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe is a good ball player. He's got talent. Can he be a lockdown defender? How Patrick Beverly was?
Fuck no.
Now let me ask you this: Are you?
Jackson,
You think so?
Reggie Jackson on this team. I mean, he can play solid defense on this team.
Okay.
I think so.
Are you impressed the way that Paul George took the Clippers and put them on his back in the playoffs? Are you finally giving playoff Pete his
Man,
flowers?
I'm not a fan of. I've never been a big fan of Paul George, even back when he was in Indiana. I'm just not a fan of Paul George. I think they can win enough games in the East.
In the West.
I mean in the West. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about him in the East. But I mean, in the West, no Kawhi for a little while. I mean, Kawhi is out there playing video games online and shit.
So you giving the Clippers a 41-41 type team? They're a 500 ball club. They south of that.
I don't. They lost some nice key players off the bench. I don't like their bench this year. Their bench is not as good. So I mean, I don't see them as a 50-win team. Nah, especially with Kawhi gonna be out, and then, Paul George gonna miss some time. So I would say they're gonna probably be at 45 wins, 46 wins, and I'm gonna say they slightly barely over 46 wins. The Clippers gonna be the Clippers.
Hey, they got the best of Dallas in the playoffs last year.
I don't like their chances this year going against Dallas.
Hey man, they
Man,
got some
45
people
and a
who
half.
got some people who rank this team as probably a solid 5 in the West, if hitting on all cylinders.
You see them as the
think
top 4 seed.
I think this team is probably a solid 5, maybe a 6. You know how I feel at Golden State in that spot.
I
You
can
know
see
how I
Golden
feel.
State popping up, knocking
I,
them out.
I think Utah, depending on the type of Utah team, I think Utah, you probably run LA 1. You'll probably run the Lakers 1. I don't
Really?
know about
Whoa,
Phoenix.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait, hold up.
Lakers number 1?
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay.
Definitely 1 seed.
Well, the Lakers the next team. So hold up.
Okay. All right. But I'm saying I don't know how I feel about Phoenix just yet. But 3 through 7,
Yeah.
no particular order. Nuggets, Golden State, the Clippers, Utah,
Mhm.
and Dallas.
I see
I think
Dallas potentially cracking that top 4.
I think you can shake all of those teams up in the bag and put them out on the table. And no matter how they come out, I don't think you're wrong in that little box right there.
I think the Clippers coming down. Uh, Another team's got to come out of there. I think Phoenix might drop a little bit. We'll see. But what do you think about the Clippers though? 45 and a half. Over on.
I get them at 46. I'll get them at 46.
That's a good number though to bet on.
Yeah.
I mean, not bet on.
I'll get them at 46 games. I see them ceiling wise. They can get up to a 4 seed, and they can
bet on.
And they can fall as far as a 7.
Yeah. All right. Next up is the Lakers at 52 and a half. The Lakers won 42 games last year. They were the 3rd seed. Clippers was a 2 seed last year. Keep in mind.
Like you were saying earlier, in a shortened season, you can give LeBron James or AD all 10 of those games. You really could.
So, are you gonna give the Lakers 52 wins?
I'm saying that the Lakers are the number 1 seed. I'm giving the Lakers 63 wins.
What?
I'm giving the Lakers 63 wins.
Nigga. 60 win. Boy. All right. You want to put a bet on it, a wager on that one? End of the season wager?
We'll go bottle for bottle.
Definitely going under on that motherfucker.
That's fine. I got them going above 52 wins for sure. They're definitely gonna get the over on that.
That boy said 63 wins.
Don't be surprised, bro. Do not be surprised.
I can see them getting to 50 plus. Obviously, I can see them getting to 55. I think 55 is their ceiling.
You don't think no team in the NBA is gonna crack 60 wins? You think?
I didn't say that. I think the Lakers are gonna be 55. I don't think the Lakers gonna be the number 1 seed in the West. No.
Oh, you got Detroit? Excuse me, Denver.
I'm about to say Detroit.
Excuse me, Denver. No disrespect. Oh, you still see Phoenix in there?
I got Utah number 1.
You got Utah 1, Denver 2, Lakers 3.
I got Lakers 3.
Okay.
I think the Lakers ain't gonna care about getting the number 1 seed.
I think they're gonna flex a little bit this year. You don't think they can? Just get in the tournament and do your thing?
I think they're just going to try to get in there. Because somewhere LeBron and AD, a combination of one or the other is going to get hurt.
AD get hurt every
year. Combination of one or the other or both is going to happen.
AD going to find a way, just like he did in New Orleans. He's going to find a way to land on the floor. He find a home on the floor. Bow!
And don't be surprised if this big three currently is not the big three at the end of the season.
I want to see how Russell Westbrook is going to work.
Don't be surprised if Russell Westbrook get traded in the middle of the season. Don't be surprised.
I would like to see how he work because tonight, point wise, he wasn't there tonight. The way that this team looked, you could tell that this team is not gelled yet. They're still figuring out how to play with each other. No homo.
Well, let's look at the teams they got right now. They lost a lot of players. They only brought back 3. They only brought back 3 players. Anthony Davis.
It's a whole overhaul.
THT and LeBron James, Taylor Horton Tucker. Mm-hmm. They brought in Carmelo Anthony, brought back Trevor Ariza, Kent Bazemore, Avery Bradley, Sekou Doumbouya, Wayne Ellington, Dwight Howard, Jay Huff, DeAndre Jordan, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Austin Reeves, Rajon Rondo, and Russell Westbrook. They lost half. They lost everybody, nigga.
They did.
They lost Andre Drummond, which ain't nobody sad about that one. Kyle Kuzma.
Nobody sad about Kyle Kuzma.
I know y'all sad about losing Alex Caruso and KCP.
Hey, bro, Alex Caruso, to me, he one of those sneaky good dudes. Like
every time I think of him, I think of Elmer Fudd.
You think I'm from Space Jam when he had that damn headband on, bald head? Yeah, I can see that. He's a sneaky good player, man. I liked Alex Caruso, bro. I hated to see him go. I do like the landing spot for him, though.
Chicago.
I think he's gonna get an opportunity to ball, bro. I really do.
I think so.
I just with this team on paper, this Lakers team is the number 1 team in the West on paper. In reality,
Andre Jordan might be done.
I don't need these players for the regular season like that, though. You know what I mean? Like, I just need these guys to be healthy enough and with enough continuity to say, okay, Come playoff time, they can use the longevity that they all had in the NBA. They can play smarter. You know
You
what I'm
might
saying?
need you might need LeBron to play power forward and DeAndre Jordan go to the bench. Like that's how bad DeAndre Jordan is.
I
um,
don't need DeAndre Jordan to be the old DeAndre Jordan. I just need the
you
big body down in the paint.
don't need DeAndre Jordan at all on this team. Dwight Howard is the best big man on the team. I think they can go get any big man off the waiver wire right now and do just as good as DeAndre Jordan. Right
You think?
now. It's like he lost it, dog. He don't have it. He don't have it. Don't
But
have
the,
it.
all right, so how are you running your offense? Is this considered? I know it's LeBron's team, but is this offense running through Anthony Davis?
Yes, it should. It should. But is it? It's probably gonna run through LeBron.
I think this. I think it should run through AD. I think LeBron should take a. I don't want to say a step back, but
That ain't happening.
if you feature Anthony Davis as the guy and you give Anthony Davis his run and LeBron just be that gangster supporting cast with him, even though I know he's the man with all of the accolades, you'll see a difference in his team, dog. You got to run that through AD.
From what it looked like, you can just. I mean, it's one game. It's just one game. But I mean, if you can just let LeBron and AD do their thing and shut everybody else down, I mean, it is a problem. You ain't gonna get every night Russell Westbrook ain't gonna be on off. You know what I'm saying? Like so, this is I think it's just a one off game. I think they're gonna win a lot of games. So let me say that they're gonna win a lot of games. They're gonna be the 3 seed at least.
That 1 to 3, you can put him
And I'm
anywhere.
going over.
I got him as a 1 seed. You know why? But I can see
Yeah,
them
your
anywhere between
fandom
1
won't
and
let
3.
you not put him as a number one. I got it.
Not true. Because I have a shocking surprise for you. Wait till we get to him. I have a
All
shocker
right.
for you.
All right. Well, moving on. The next team is the Memphis Grizzlies.
A sneaky good team.
They are 41.5.
As your number 2 team in the Southwest Division as of last year.
Yep.
41.5.
41.5.
Oh, the West is loaded, dog. Goddamn.
I can see them. See them winning more than 41 games.
Man, bro, the West, dog. The West.
They won. They won 38 games last year in a short season.
Okay.
They lost Grayson Allen, Tim Frazier, Sean McDermott, Jonte Porter, Jonas Valanciunas, and Justice Winslow. They brought in Steven Adams, Santi Aldama, Jared Culver, Sam Merrill, Yves Pons, and Zaire Williams. Um, they brought Jaren Jackson is coming back from injury this
Your
season.
partner.
Potentially their second to third best player on this team. Defensive, one of the best up and coming power forwards in the league, in my opinion. They also have Dylan Brooks on this team, who might be the second best player on this team, along with Ja Morant. And then you got Slow Mo Anderson over there, who's like a nice, sneaky, good player on this team. You put Steven Adams on there to try to help Jaren Jackson. It's an okay team. It's still not a lot of talent around Ja Morant.
Definite bubble team.
It's enough to get them in the playoffs, though.
Definite bubble team.
And it's a well-coached team. Well-coached team, well-ran organization. They'll make the playoffs.
I got them as a bubble team, probably a 9 seed playing game team.
I got them going over 41.5. That's a lot.
I
All
like them
right.
right. I like them right where they are at 41 games.
All right. What you got? You got them going over?
I got them. I got them breaking even. I
All
think.
right.
I
So you
think.
got going under.
Yeah, we're under. I like 41 games for them, mainly because I see New Orleans making that push to possibly
Really?
be if we can get all the off the court antics
What we
and
can hold
Zion
up.
back on the court.
Well, let's speed through some of these real quick.
All right, all right.
We got
41 team, 41. I got them as a playing bubble team, potentially in if they can beat, insider looking out at the catch them at the right time, depending on who the matchup is, they can definitely make the playoffs.
okay. Miami, 48.5.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for Miami.
That's a lot.
They lost Precious Achiawa. They lost Trevor Ariza, Gordon Dragic, Angelica, who tore the Lakers ass up tonight. Andre Iguodala, Kendrick Nunn. They lost a lot of key players off the bench. They add in Kyle Lowry, Marquise Morris, PJ Tucker, Caleb Martin, and Marcus Garrett. So I mean, it's not like they didn't lose. They didn't, I mean, you lose Goran Dragic, but you add in Kyle Lowry. You lose Trevor Ariza, but you add PJ Tucker.
The best shoot game in the NBA.
I think they did improve there.
Jimmy Butler is one of the best domino players in the NBA as well. Fun fact.
I think they upgraded in this aspect. I mean, Udonis Haslam is still playing on this team.
UD is
Oh,
Dade County representative.
definitely represent 305.
I can see Miami as a 50-win team.
You have Bam and Dwayne Dedman as probably the best center and backup center in the league.
Okay.
Bam is arguably the best center in the league. Top 3 center. He's not better than Embiid. He's not better than Jokic. I would say he's potentially top 3, top 5 center in the league. You got
Okay.
Victor Oladipo coming back from injury. Duncan Robinson still out there. Jimmy Butler, obviously. Tyler Hero. I mean, we'll see if he can bounce back from last season. And Kyle Lowry on this team. I really like Kyle Lowry on this team. And PJ Tucker, too. And Marquise Moore. So you got some goons on this team. You got a floor general on this team. You got a close on this team. I mean, they got a complete start lineup. You got a complete start lineup. I like this team.
I
like
got Miami Heat is the third best team in the East. I say they're going to be the number 3.
Yes,
I think
I can see them being a 3 seed.
I think this could be potentially a 53 to 55 win team, but I think I'm going to play it a little bit safe. I'm going to say 52 wins for the Miami Heat, and they're going to be a solid number 3.
I can see them being a 3 or 4 seed. I can also see them fucking around and just being ass and being like a 7 or 8 seed because of injuries. They got a lot of injury prone players on this team. But I want to say that I'm gonna be optimistic with this team and say that they could probably be a 3 or 4 seed. They're definitely making the playoffs. That ain't the question. But 48.5, I can see them getting to 49 tops. So I'm gonna go with the over, but I don't see them as a 50-win team. I'm not
I
sure if
do.
I give them 50.
I do. I think Milwaukee and Brooklyn are your runaways in the East 1 and 2, but I think Miami right there at 3. That's a sweet spot, followed up by Philly, depending on what they can get.
All right. So Next up is the Milwaukee Bucks. 54.5.
That's low balling for them.
54.5. I'm going over easily. I don't even need to see no more with the Bucks. They actually did lose a few players off this team, off the bench. They did lose PJ Tucker. They lost Axel Tupane, Jeff Teague, Sam Merrill, Justin Jackson, Brian Forbes, uh, Elijah Bryant. They replaced those players with Grayson Allen, George Hill, Rodney Hood, Sandro. Damn, they got these niggas with these retarded ass names. Sime Ojelele, Justin Robinson, Georgios Kalazakis, and Sandro Mama Calsavici, whatever. So with the players that they already got, Drew Holiday, Giannis, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, Devontae DiVincenzo. I still like this team still being the number one seed and winning everything, honestly. But it replaced you replaced Jeff T with George Hill, which is fine. Lose PJ Tucker. That's the biggest thing that I'm concerned about with the team, though. You lose PJ Tucker, so you lose that one guy off the bench that or start lineup that can check anybody's small best player in the league. So you have nobody that can check uh,
The number one defender
Kevin
in the
Durant.
league. Would you go with that?
Kevin Durant in
Would
the
you say
East.
that PJ Tucker's the number one defender in the league?
He's up there, yeah. He's definitely top three. Um, when healthy, I still put Kawhi up there. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how they replace that part, but I still like this team as a winner. Losing PJ Tucker is huge. Um, but I still like them going over in the regular season. They still gonna be close to 60 wins. So I'm going with the over on 54.5. That's easily 54.5. They going over that shit. What you got?
I got Milwaukee as a solid number two, borderline number one team in the East. Them and Brooklyn can flip flop just depending on what day of the week it is. Um, I think they'll be one of the 260 win teams in the East. I got them at a dead 60, high ceiling 63. I like them right at 60 wins. I think solid number two. Uh, Potentially could get back into the NBA finals and win it all. That type of team.
All right. You got them going over?
I got them going over. I got them at a 60 win team.
All right. Next up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves at 35.5.
Trade the house. Carl Anthony Towns. Come to New Orleans.
This is a high number for a team that only won 23 wins last year.
I need Carl Anthony Towns in New Orleans.
You think they're gonna win 12 more games in a regular season?
Hell no.
I don't see that. I'm going way under for Minnesota.
Would you like to see Carl Anthony Towns in a Pelicans uniform? Raise your hand if you do.
Depends on what I'm giving up.
What you think you got to give up?
We'll get to that. But Jared Culver, Ed Davis, Ancho Hernan Gomez, and Ricky Rubio is the players that left. They got pretty much everybody coming back for the most part. They added Patrick Beverly, Leandro Bomero, Nathan Knight, Taurean Prince, and McKinley Wright. I mean, I can see why they might think that this team might win some more games, but I mean, Patrick Beverly. I mean, Patrick Beverly ain't gonna move the needle that much for a team like this. Uh, I don't believe in this team at all. Shout out to Nas Reed, LSU boy, on this team. But
Yeah, she was deep in the NBA this year.
but I don't see it. I like Josh Okogie, but I wish he was on a better team. I just don't see them winning that many games. I'm going under.
I got them as a 25 win team. I don't have them as a playoff contender. They're not even a bubble team. No, they're not on the radar.
I got them at 30 wins.
You good.
All right, well, moving on. The New Orleans Pelicans, 39.5 wins. Before you go into what you believe in, that's they lost Steven Adams, Lonzo Ball, Eric Bledsoe, Wayne Gabriel, Wesley Nwundu, James Johnson, James Nunnally. They added Jose Alvarado, Devontae Graham, Dalton Holmes, Herbert Jones, Trey Murphy, Thomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, and Jonas Valanciunas. Lost half the team, gained a lot of rookies on this team, 3 rookies. 4 rookies on this
This
team.
is who we need back. This is who we need back right here. Come back, Zion. We need you. Get healthy.
Zion is missing the season's opener, and unfortunately, we don't know how long this thing is gonna be out because the team has not disclosed how long he's gonna timetable just yet. They're gonna reevaluate him in 2 weeks, and see if he progresses anything at that point. But he is playing one-on-one drills. He's not playing contact with any other player, but he is working out. So that's a slightly good sign.
Hey, fuck all the off the field shit. Pelicans organization, Benson family, y'all fix this shit, please.
What do you think?
We need him on the court.
What do you think about the weight issue? Do you think that's a real thing or not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. And
It is.
I ain't gonna lie, I looked at one of his videos that he did not too long ago that he put out himself on IG. I was like, damn, he looked kind of fat.
That's the
And I
thing
was like,
about being down here, bro.
I mean, I don't know, man. He was sitting down in the commercial, but it was like, damn, he definitely like he was getting a little extra neck fat.
You know, being down here, having an
uh,
injury, not being able to move how you want to move. The food is great. You know what I'm saying?
and the team not disclosing when exactly he got injured and how it happened. They just said he was working out. He went too hard and fractured his foot. But if you go a little bit deep diving past a little bit more information, he had a what they call a Jones fracture. A Jones fracture is not a simple break on your foot. So we don't know when it said it happened sometime in the summer. It said before summer league, so which was around what August time, right? So I mean, I don't know. They said it was 2 months, but it's way past that, and I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit going on with David Griffin. You never see the GM for this team, the actual GM, Trajan Langdon. You always see David Griffin.
I don't know. I don't know if they have enough faith in Trajan to let him do his thing. A lot of people love him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you have a rookie head coach, and Willie Green, who's a defensive minded coach.
Yep.
But let's be real, when you look at this roster, you don't see a lot of defensive minded players on this team and at the key positions. And there's no shot blockers on this team. There's no rim protectors. Jackson Hayes is the closest thing you got to rim protect on this team, and he wasn't the best at it. He wasn't like a standout player in that position. You know, he's a high energy rebound guy who's going to get a lot of flashy dunks in there.
Mhm.
He's working on the rest of his game, but he's just not well developed just yet. High ceiling, just don't know what he's going to pan out yet. I don't see they're gonna have the same defensive problem that they had last year, if not worse, unless they running some kind of elaborate scheme that Willie Green's gonna implement. I heard that they was gonna be running some zone defense. We'll see. I mean, ain't seeing a lot of zone ran in this new NBA. The Miami Heat did it the year that they won they went to the finals. They played it more in the playoffs. I mean, they didn't play it throughout the regular season. So we'll see. I I don't see this Pelican team being making much noise. They got them at 39.5. I got them going under 39.5. I got them around 35 wins. Uh, what you have?
It's a bubble team, a solid 9. I like them anywhere between 30 and 35. I'm gonna have faith in my boys, man. They're gonna definitely make the playoffs if everything works out in the perfect world.
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. Um, the realist in me, I'm giving them 30 wins. The
Damn.
fan in yeah, the fan in me, I'll give them right at 37.
The homer in me gave him 35.
Hey, bro, we already know all the bullshit that's going on. We
Yeah.
know what the ceiling could be for this team. With Zion on the floor, this team could be special. Now that we got shooters, we have shooters. You know what I'm saying?
You have nobody that can push the ball up the court.
Watch now, man. I think now is going to be most improved player of the year.
Somebody Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yes.
I think he's more of a scorer than a passer. I don't see him opening up the floor for the rest of everybody else. I don't see the guy that's gonna open up the floor and make everybody else better on this offense. Like I don't see that out of Zion. I don't see that out of Bi. I don't see that out of Devontae Graham. They all combo like some of the wing players on this team are combo players, but they are better in small space of creating their own shot versus setting up and creating somebody else's shot.
Do you believe in Willie Green's system?
I don't know because I never seen it. So I can't say I believe in his system. I know they have what's his name? Um
D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni as an advisor to the team. Uh which means he's probably gonna be a head coach in waiting in case things go, dumpster fire bad over there. But
You know what kind of offense he ran in Houston. You know what kind of no, you're gonna score points. Can you play
and even
defense?
even if you had Zion on this team, Zion is not shooting threes like that.
No, it's not his game.
So yeah, I mean, I guess if you have Zion in the middle and you just have everybody else shooting threes around him, um, I guess that works. But it's like, how does that work on defense though? Like you
It
still got
don't
to have these
transition
guys.
to defense. D'Antoni never had a defensive hardened team. He's never had no lockdown defensive teams whatsoever.
Your best defense is to make the shot.
Right. You want to see a team that needs to score 110 to 120 points a game to survive?
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Well, we're both going under for the Pelicans.
Absolutely.
New York Knicks, 42.5.
Mm. Mm. One of those teams that you didn't see coming.
I
New
didn't see him
York.
coming last year. Yeah.
You did not see the New York Knicks coming last year, bruh. They could be anywhere between 6 and 8. You know, where we had Randall, we wish we saw this version.
Yeah.
Julius Randle.
But they also didn't have. They also had a upgrade at coach too. And
Very
Tom
much.
Thibodeau.
Yeah. We were calling for Tom Thibodeau. You
Wait,
remember? You
wait.
remember? You remember?
Well,
We had this conversation before we even had this podcast.
I called for him twice before they hired Alvin Gentry
When he was leaving Chicago.
when he was leaving Chicago, and before he even got to Chicago, before uh um what's his name got hired in New Orleans before he became head coach in Phoenix.
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams.
You had a chance to hire him then because he interviewed for the. No, he turned. I think he turned down the offer to interview with the team. But anyway, they lost the chance to get to interview him twice. So it is what it is. But moving on, the Knicks is up. They lost Reggie Bullock. They lost Jared Harper, Frank Ntilikina, Alfred Payton, New Orleans boy, Norvell Pell, Pinkston, and Luca Vildoza. They added Kemba Walker, Evans Fournier, Quentin Grimes, Miles McBride, Luca Samanchik, West, Wayne Selden, and Jericho Sims. So I already alone like them adding Kemba Walker over Alfred Payton or Frank Ntilikina. That's already an upgrade at point guard. Evan Fournier brings you 3-point shooting and defense. So you already upgraded there. You lose Reggie Bullock, who does a similar thing that right there. But they kind of cancel out with the Evan Fournier, Reggie Bullock kind of thing. But you already get an upgraded Kemba Walker. You bring back Derrick Rose, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson's coming back, hopefully better, healthy from injury. And this team with RJ Barrett coming back too in this third season, maybe this might be a even better team than it was. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Alfred Payton as a player on the field as a starter. Play on the court as a starter. But I think this Knicks team is slightly better than last year. Julius Randle is proven to be the best player on this team as starting wise. I think this might be like another a number 5 seed in the East.
Okay.
A number 4, number 5.
You got them taking the leap.
I see them consistently holding up a little bit.
Okay.
They're 42.5, so I think they're gonna go over on it.
What
If
you got them
Kemba
at?
stays
45,
healthy.
47?
If
Where you
Kemba
at
stays
with it?
healthy. I'm going for around 45 wins.
I say they are solid 6. 6 through 8. You can fall anywhere in there. I don't know how they're gonna bounce back after how they let Trae Young come into the Garden and do what he did. I don't know if that's gonna spark a fire in them this year. I love the additions. Kemba Walker definitely got a lot of juice left in the tank. I think the Knicks are gonna be a fun team to watch. I got 44 wins for them. I still don't see them. Uh I don't know if they're a second round team just yet, but I think that they're gonna have a better showing in the playoffs this year. Because last year I don't know what happened.
It depends on what kind of Kemba Walker you get.
They got him for one sole purpose, and you know who. You know the reason why he came to New York.
If he can stay healthy, then they'll be fine. I think they'll make the second round. I don't trust the health of this team. I think Tom Thibodeau will fucking push his team and grind them out enough, to get them there to the playoffs. But second round, I don't know.
Next up, the Orlando Magic.
Wait, so you going over or under?
I'll give them over. I got them at 44. 44 wins.
Okay. All right. OKC is up next.
I'm sorry, excuse me. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
We can go through these two quick. 23.5 for OKC. They lost Al Horford, Jalen Hoard, Josh Hall, Moses Brown, Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, Tony Bradley, and Svi my Charlie Chulik. Derek Favors, Josh Giddey, Vic Preachik, Trey Mann, Jeremiah Robinson, Earl, Raul Watson, and Aaron Wiggins. That's it. This might be arguably the worst team in the league. Not just the West, but the entire league. This is the worst team.
Do they reach 20 wins?
Fuck no. Not with this team. I mean, Shea Gilgeous Alexander is your best player on this team, and he might be traded at the deadline. This is a bad team. I mean, I'm going under. I'm not even wasting no more time on this one. 23.5. I think they probably win 15, 16 games.
I think I'm gonna piggyback on that, bro. I think they probably have the lowest win total in the NBA. If they get to 12 wins, that'll be impressive. It is what it is.
We're gonna be wondering when they get their first one.
Right. It is what it is. And you're in a loaded West. It's just not a good situation.
All right. Next up is the Orlando Magic at 22.5. They
You
lost.
probably say the same thing, right?
They lost Dwayne Bacon, James Ennis, Dante Hall, Otto Porter, Jason Randall, and Darius Thornwell. They added Robin Lopez, Etwan Moore, Jalen Suggs, and Franz Wagner. Hey man, look, they got the Wagner boys from the Lakers on this team. Mo Wagner, and they drafted his brother Franz Wagner.
I guess when you don't have a choice and you need bodies, you kind of do what you do, bro. I see same thing, bro. I see a 12 to 14 win team here.
Cole Anthony is the best player on this team, probably. I don't know if Markel Fultz will ever become what he was supposed to be. Wendell Carter Jr. or Jonathan Isaac, they were all supposed to be really good high draft picks. So I don't see much with this team. They're gonna be another bottom feeder in the East. I got them going. This is probably real close for one of these low teams. I'm gonna say they probably gonna win about 22 games, 21 games. Going under.
You better than me.
Under.
You better than me.
There's gonna be a lot of bad teams in this league. Since they got so many stacked up teams. But don't be surprised if some of these teams can get out and run and shoot threes and get some surprise wins. But I'm going under.
Okay.
Philly is up next at 50.5.
That's our number 3/number 4 in the East.
Yeah, they're around that area.
Say 50.5.
50.5. Despite the Ben Simmons bullshit, 50.5. They won 49 games last year, though. So they only predicting to be one game better. Which means they don't have them winning the East, the Atlantic division like they did last year by one game over the Nets. The Nets is winning this division.
Yeah, I see Philly as a solid 3, solid 4.
Are they gonna be better than the Knicks?
Yeah, they'll be better than the Knicks.
All right.
I got 1 Brooklyn. I got 2 Milwaukee. I got 3 Miami. Philly 4.
Okay.
I think that's that's for the East. That's the line of demarcation right there.
Well, they lost Gary Clark, George Hill, which is a big loss, Dwight Howard, Mike Scott, Anthony Tolliver, and Rajon Tucker. They added Charles Bassey, Andre Drummond, Aaron Henry, Georges Niang, Grant Riller, and Jaden Springer. Uh, I'm not liking the revamped bench. I think they're gonna regress a little bit. And Ben Simmons has fucked this team up. The process is over.
You think?
I'm going under. Um,
Okay.
I'm going under. Uh, I think this is a PR nightmare. This Ben Simmons shit until he gets out of it.
You said 48 wins?
I see them around 46. I think they're gonna be surprisingly lower. Joel Embiid is gonna be asked to do a lot with no Ben Simmons there. Ben Simmons does a lot for this team during the regular season. Who are you gonna step in and play that role? I mean, Seth Curry is good, but he doesn't do everything that Ben Simmons does. You know what I'm saying?
So your man crush for Ben Simmons is real. The Ben Simmons sweepstakes. Who wants this dude?
The the man I'm just look, the man the man is also he's 6'11" point guard.
I'm not taking
Yes,
away
he's a
from his.
lockdown defender. A lockdown defender. Top
Where you putting
notch
him?
assist passer.
Where
He
does he
can't
land?
finish it. I don't know where the fuck he lands, if anywhere. Um,
That's terrible.
until this nigga is traded, I mean, the team gonna suffer. The team gonna suffer, and then they already lost. Losing George Hill and Dwight Howard was big. I think you losing Dwight Howard for Andre Drummond is a loss. And I think you know that as an LA fan. They was happy for Andre Drummond to leave the Lakers. Um, you relying on Seth Curry and Tobias Harris to step up, and Danny Green. It's still a complete team. They still gonna make the playoffs.
They did
You
it. They
got
had
Doc
they
Rivers.
had a nice run in the playoffs.
But
Joel
this,
Embiid went to a whole nother level.
but without Ben Simmons, this is not a championship team. It's not. It's
You
not.
got to go through Brooklyn. You got to go through Milwaukee. The only other team I see can come close to that. I see at Atlanta. Atlanta's got the potential squad to do so. We like Miami's roster, but the class of the East is still Brooklyn, still Milwaukee.
Imagine if Philly had to swallow the pill of trading Ben Simmons to Atlanta.
Oh,
Imagine if they had to trade him to Atlanta.
you shift the balance of power in the East. The Atlanta Hawks become a very strong number 3. You know what I'm saying?
You almost have the Golden State Warriors if you put Ben Simmons in the Klay Thompson role, minus the fact that the nigga can't shoot threes.
I think you'd be shocked, bro. From what I seen on videos on Instagram and on TikTok, he in the gym shooting his eyes out. You know
Been
what I'm
doing that
saying?
the
Shoot.
past 5 years, man. But look, but let me tell you, Ben Simmons can definitely make up the defensive part where Trey Young lacks.
1,000.
And that's why it would be big. He get the rebounds, he play defense, and he can pick up the extra assists when he needs to come off the bench. I mean, come off the court. So I like that matchup. I mean, the Sixers probably wouldn't like that trade. But anyway, I'm going with the under. I'm not liking the
Yeah, I got them
16.
at 48 wins.
Um, Phoenix at 51 and a half.
This could be tricky for Phoenix.
They won 51 games last year.
This could be tricky for Phoenix. They're playing in the Western Conference that's healthy again.
Right.
Their playoff run came with a lot of help.
Now they bringing back a lot of their players.
Yes, that's true.
They only lost role players. They lost Tyshawn Alexander, Javon Carter, Torrey Craig, Langston Galloway, and Etwan Moore. They added JaVale McGee, Alfred Payton, Landry Shamet, which is they also signed for 4 years to a new contract. Chandler Hudson. Landry Shamet might be a potential 6 or 7 man best on this team. Maybe even a 6-man candidate, in my opinion.
You giving this team a number 2 seed?
The only thing I question now is the fact that they didn't give DeAndre Ayton the max extension. Um, Cameron Johnson is a good player. Devin Booker is lights out. Mikal Bridges is a great 3-and-D player. Chris Paul is still Chris Paul. Dario Saric is a good stretch forward. And Cameron Payne is a good backup guard. So
You giving this team a 2 seed?
you have a complete team still, and you still got Monty Williams. And you have a rim protector with Aiden and JaVale McGee. I like this team. I don't know what's gonna happen with Aiden, if he's gonna, become weird and shit about the fact that he can get his extension. But I still think that they can win 50 plus games. I'm not saying that they can be a number 2 seed. I'm saying that they can win 52 games.
What's the over under for Phoenix?
51 and a half. They can win 50 games. I'm going over.
So you had 52 games for them?
Yep.
I'm going over solely because they're gonna be so well coached. Monty Williams is a hell of a coach. We love them here in New Orleans. We always want to root for Monty Williams. We wanted to see Chris Paul win his ring last year. That's what we
Can't lie.
wanted.
People was calling for his head when he left out of New Orleans, though.
Yeah, they were. It's just that in New Orleans they want a winner
Right
like
now.
this. And it didn't happen, but now he's in a position where he can do it. I can see them as a solid 2, solid 3, anywhere between Denver and Utah. I'll give them 54 wins. I think they can, with the right set of circumstances, you could probably see them back, but the West is loaded, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So you going under?
I'm going over. I'm going 54 wins for the Phoenix Suns. I like Phoenix.
Okay.
I wanted to
Next
see
up.
Chris Paul and then win their ring last year.
Chris Paul, yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see him win it with this team. With this team, I would have liked to see him win. I think he still got a shot, though. The West is still a little wide open to me. I would love to see Phoenix against Golden State.
That'd be a nice series. That'd be a nice playoff series. That's one I would love to go see C7 out of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Next up is Portland. Portland at 44 and a half.
They showing Portland our love.
Portland won 42 games last year.
What's over under?
44 and a half. They lost Carmelo. They lost Zach Collins, Harry Giles, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Derrick Jones Jr., and Ennis Cantor, and TJ Leaf. They added Greg Brown, Ben McLemore, Larry Nance, Dennis Smith Jr., Tony Snell, Trendon Watford, and Cody Zeller. Yeah, they brought back a whole bunch of bench players. Now, granted, everybody that they lost were all pretty much bench players. Carmelo was in and out of the starting lineup. I feel like this team is going to be pretty much the same as last year. They're not going to really change much. There's a lot of reports saying that they turned down a chance to trade C.J. McCollum for Ben Simmons. Would you have made that trade?
You get Ben Simmons in Portland. That's a nice team. That's a nice pick. That's a nice trade. I would do that trade. Dame and Ben Simmons together, I could have some legs on it. Now, could they compete in the West with that? No. But that's a nice trade piece.
I like it better than Dame and CJ.
Yes, absolutely. I think CJ McCullough, you put CJ McCullough in Philly. Now, Philly could have some legs to him. You know what I'm saying? Like in spots, depending on how you play that rotation, who you got coming off the bench. I mean, I can see.
Guard is.
Huh?
I just need to see who the point guard is once Ben Simmons gone.
Well, I like Ben in Portland. I think 44 is a good number. I still say under. I say 44 for the Portland Trail Blazers. I got them going under by half a game.
Yeah, I'm going under too. I don't see them going over 45. Dame alone just can't keep doing it every single year.
Nah.
I see them progressing a little bit because the top of half is a little bit better. So I'm going. Go ahead.
You starting to get that Dame is that Russell Westbrook vibe almost?
I mean, it's funny enough that's his biggest rival.
Starting to see kind of mirror image as far as.
But Dame has came out and said he's happy in Portland. He said that he doesn't want to go jump ship with somebody else. So he's saying the same thing that Bradley Beal has been saying. He don't want to go nowhere. He's happy where he's at. So until he get traded, we can't say nothing else.
Can't say nothing else.
But next up is the Kings.
It's a young, spry team. Very young.
I call them the Princes. Sacramento Prince. We got
It's not a playoff team just yet.
Fuck no, this is not a playoff team. They lost Kyle Guy, Justin James, Hassan Whiteside, and Dylan Wright. They brought back majority of this team. They added Tristan Thompson, Nehemias Queta, Davian Mitchell, and Alex Lynn. So I don't like their coach. I'm not a fan of Luke Walton.
He wasn't the coach when he was a Laker.
Marvin Bagley has lost minutes in the rotation. He's no longer in the starting rotation, which means I don't know what's going on. Between him and Buddy Hield losing rotation minutes between this year and last year, I don't know what's going on in Sacramento. It looks like the same bullshit going on, in my opinion. It's a bad organization. De'Aaron Fox is still the best player on this team. Marvin Bagley got hurt a lot last year. Buddy Hield regressed a little bit. And he was in trade talk.
Former Pelican.
Right. Former first round pick for the Pelicans. But I just don't see this team being good with the rest of everybody else. There's just too much talent on other teams compared to this one. I see them going. The number is 36.5. I could see them going over 36. But I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go around 34 wins for the Kings.
A bad Western Conference team can beat a decent Eastern Conference team. This team is a lot of young talent. The coaching is not there. The front office is not there. Um, I think Sacramento. I wasted too much time on it now. I don't even think they're going to get to 30 wins. To be honest,
Damn.
I give them 29 wins.
All right.
San Antonio.
San Antonio is a surprising 28 and a half.
How often did you see a Greg Popovich team get under 50 wins? How weird does that feel for you saying that?
It is very funny. It's unheard of under Popovich. Uh, there's a lot of rumblings that this is going to be his last season. Uh, they lost half the team in the offseason. They lost DeMar DeRozan, Gorgie Ding, Rudy Gay, Daquan Jeffries, Trey Lyles, Patty Mills, Lucas Samancic, Quindary, Witherspoon. They lost all their best players on this team. Um, it's an overhaul of talent. They brought in Devontae Kekuk, Zach Collins, Brian Forbes, Jock Landale, Doug McDermott, Josh Primo, Joe Wisekamp, Thaddeus Young. Deontay Murray is probably your best player on this team. Uh, this is definitely not making the playoff team. It's sad to see Pop go out if this is his last season like this. I'm going under. I think they probably trade Deontay Murray at some point and really blow this team up. Uh, it's already blown up. I'm gonna say they get about 25 wins.
Mm.
Popovich still a goat though.
Yeah,
Great
it's sad
coach.
to see. It's sad to see. I got them locked in at 23 wins. Next up, probably the number one fan in the NBA, other than Jack Nicholson.
The Toronto Drakes.
Hey, listen. Who the guy that not Drake, but the super fan.
Who that?
The guy with the the, the turban, man.
Oh yeah. Down there. I don't know his name. But yeah,
I
I know.
forgot his name. I don't want to disrespect him. Shout out to that dude. The only super fan who's been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Interesting.
That is a fact. Uh, the Toronto Raptors are not the same Toronto Raptors that we remember. This is
Yeah, they
not
changed
that.
a lot. They changed a lot last season. They changed a lot even more this season. They lost Aaron Baines. They lost DeAndre Bembry, Gillespie, Jalen Harris, Rodney Hood, Stanley Johnson, Kyle Lowry, Paul Watson.
That's a
Uh,
lot, bro. That is a lot.
they added in the older Gordon Dragic, David Johnson, Justin Champagny, Ozzie Bonga, former Lakers, Scotty Barnes, Delano Banton, and Precious Achiuwa. Uh, Fred Van Fleet, OG Anubi, and Pascal Siakam is the only real key pieces left to this real team. Still, that's in my opinion, trade pieces. This is going to be a bad Raptors team. I don't think Pascal Siakam by himself can lift this team up. Van Fleet is a nice point guard. I would like to see Van Fleet on a Pelicans team. This
What?
team,
In a heartbeat.
I would love to see that if that can somehow work out. Um, but I would say this: the Raptors went from number one to probably really terrible. They gave this team a 35 and a half over under though, compared to what they put out there in the short season. They only had 27 wins last year. They're expecting him to hit 35 wins. I guess maybe Siakam's healthy with the rest, the main three. I don't see it. I'm going under 35 wins, and I see them blowing this team up probably even more. I'm going under for the Raptors.
30 wins?
35 and a half.
I'm talking about for you.
Oh, I'm going about 33 wins.
Well, 30 is my number, and that's a stretch. That's probably a couple, last second 3-pointer desperation. You know what I'm saying? Last possession of 2 game. It's gonna be ugly.
All right. 2 teams left. The Utah Jazz is at 52 and a half.
Probably lock for the number 2, probably number 3 team in the West.
I'm saying this is a lock right here. Go over 52 games. 52 over 50, 53 or more. Easy lock. Utah way over. Way over.
Utah could be that team coming out of the West to represent the West in the finals this year. They
I ain't
have
say
the
all
talent.
that.
They got the talent, bro.
I ain't say all that.
Talent.
This is a regular season achievement.
You don't believe in them in the playoffs.
I didn't say that. Yeah, I don't believe them in the playoffs. They lost Jarrell Brantley, Derek Favors, Ersan Ilyasova, Juwan Morgan, Georges Niang, Matt Thomas, and they brought in Jared Butler, Malik Fitz, Rudy Gay, Eric Pascal, and Hassan Whiteside.
A name that you throw out there a lot. You like Hassan Whiteside.
When have I said that?
We talked about him in the past. We talked about him potentially being a Pelican at one point in time.
Like years ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't no time soon.
No, we've talked about that name in the past. That name drew some names.
I have not talked to you about. At least I don't remember. I don't remember talking about Hassan Whiteside recently.
No, this hasn't been a recent conversation. We've talked about him before. This is pre-Zion talk here.
That's fine. Hassan Whiteside barely making a lot of these rosters not right about now. The style of his game that he had. He's an old style center. He hasn't learned any newer skill sets to the new NBA. He's a throwback center.
Who's gonna play in front of him?
Well, I mean, I'm saying he fits perfectly for the Utah Jazz because they had Derek Favors, who's a similar player. Hassan
We know
Whiteside.
him.
Whiteside fits the mold of what they like to play defense. They still had that old school style setup of a front lineup. Donovan Mitchell is still going to get his points.
Rudy Gobert probably is going to be a defensive player of the year.
At least running in for it. Jordan Clarkson is going to be in the running for Sixth Man of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Clarkson is the key to this team staying healthy. Joe Ingles is a nice complimentary 3-point shooter. Bogdanovich, Royce O'Neal is another 3-and-D player, great defensive player on that team.
So you're not giving them no playoff credit whatsoever.
I'm saying that they're going to be over 52 and a half games. I'm going over. I ain't saying nothing about the playoffs. They're going to get about 54 wins. 54, 55.
I see them as I like them. I like them a lot, but I'm going to go under, and I'm going to go 50.
Okay.
I'm going to go 50. Mainly because it's a lot on Spider. I love Spider. A lot on Spider. Injuries do happen. Having to shuffle a roster. It's still going to be a solid playoff team. I just don't think they'll get to 52. They could. I just don't think they'll get to 52.
I'm not a fan of the region of this team, but I will say if they can somehow find a way to get Bradley Beal on this team with Donovan Mitchell, I don't know if their games are too similar enough to where we kind of not mesh as good. But I think them two together on the same team would be great if you can find a way to do that.
Okay.
I don't know if they have enough to trade away to where they would mess up the team chemistry, but I think they can do it to an aspect. But if they can find a way to get somebody like that on this team, and another person to help Donovan Mitchell, then yeah, I'll be cool with that. But if he's just the only guy trying to hit up the offense, they got way enough defense on this team. They don't have enough offense at times.
Oh, by the way, NBA fans, did you know that the NBA 75th anniversary team, part of it was released on today?
Oh, was it? I didn't
Yeah.
see it. I knew it was talking about it.
So I'm gonna run through the names.
Hold on. We got one more team.
Okay, okay.
We got the Wizards at 33.5.
Oh, forgot about Washington.
Let's get them out the way and then we're done. They lost Ozzie Bonga, Caleb Homersley, Chandler Hutchinson, Alex Lynn, Robin Lopez, Garrison Matthews, Ish Schmidt, Russell Westbrook. They added in Joel Ayayi, KCP, Contavious Caldwell Pope, Spencer Dinwiddie, Montrezl Harrell, Aaron Holiday, Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, and Isaiah Todd. They added a lot of nice pieces on this Washington team. But they only added him as a 33.5 win team. I like this team. I like this team in the East. I think it's a bubble team. I'm going over.
Okay.
33.5. I'm going way over, actually. I think they can get the 40 win.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of confidence. I know you're a fan of Spencer Dinwiddie.
I am.
I know you wanted him in New Orleans very, very, very badly. I know you still not sold on Kyle Kuzma, but Kyle Kuzma with this team,
You don't put up points on the bat with enough open looks for him.
I think you can flip flop this team with the Charlotte Hornets for being a playing game potential 8 seed maybe. I got them at 38 wins. I think they cover. At the end of the day, Bradley Beal is still Bradley Beal, and with Bradley Beal, you have an opportunity. So, am I wrong?
No, I mean Bradley Beal is still a good player. I need to see him lead a team to a playoff. I don't know if he can do that.
Help.
I don't know.
He needs help. He's not the end all be all. He needs help.
He's in the East though.
Yeah, he still need help though.
I think he's a borderline all-star. I don't think he's like. I think he's a little bit overrated, in my opinion. Just a little bit. I don't think he's a number one guy on a championship team, but I think he could be like a number 2 or number 3 on a championship team.
Solid contributor, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, solid contributor.
We look like we got a Cortez TTD. Mentioned that Westbrook woke up feeling dangerous and dropping 8 points, 4-13, 0-4 from deep, 6 turnovers. God damn.
It wasn't a pretty night for Russ, but look, hey, it's just the first game of an 82 game season. We shall see what happens. Don't worry about the Lakers. They're gonna be all right. But
I'm just saying.
Hey,
Shout out to Cortez.
Shout out to Tez. With that Lakers team, with those names on that team, is either feast or famine, according to the fans of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? With that loaded of a roster, if that team don't go 82-0, it's a failure. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Lakers fans. And dropping the home opener tonight is gonna leave a sour taste in their mouth. It's not probably the way that they wanted to open up. Lil Wayne was in attendance on the first row. Jack Nicholson damn sure was going crazy down there. Uh Not the outing that you wanted to see, but you did see some positives. You did see AD. You did see LeBron. You did see some good value points and value minutes with Melo. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we'll see what happens. Melo did do a pump fake at the free throw line. Y'all need to go check that out. That shit was hilarious. I'm serious, he did. That shit was real.
And then LeBron, skinny LeBron was like, man, come on, man, just give me to the All-Star break.
They're gonna be all right, bro. They're gonna be all right.
How you feel about skinny Bron, man?
I don't know. I know how LeBron is in the postseason. I know what his build is for the postseason. This is something new. Don't know. We shall see. I want to see what the wear and tear on the body is going to be.
He looked kind of Boogie Cousins-ish a little bit to me.
We're going to see.
I hope that's not the case.
No, I hope not.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to wish no bad. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
That's still LeBron. Take a quick second to say, make sure y'all check out themfnpod.com coming soon. Major announcement later on today. So later on today, be on the lookout during the afternoon. We're gonna have a major announcement. As you see, I'm wearing some of our merch that we got right now. We got the hat. The polos might be coming a little bit sooner. We got a little mentioning of Culture Crew, but if anybody's still awake out there at 1 a.m. out there, that's the only chance you're gonna get a look at the prototype at the moment.
Like to see it, there it went.
But yeah, let's roll through the NFL.
Hold on right quick.
Hold on fast if you can.
Before we get there, the NBA 75th anniversary team, no particular order.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nate Archibald, Charles Barkley, Bob Cousy, Dave Cowens, Kevin Durant, Julius Dr. J. Irvin, the Iceman, George Gervin, Hal Greer, James Harden, Elvin Hayes, Jerry Lucas, Moses Malone, Kevin McHale, George Mikan, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Shout out Dirk.
Bob Pettit, Willis Reed, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, Admiral David Robinson, Bill Russell, and John Stockton. The next set of players will be announced later on today at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central on ESPN.
Any surprise names not in that team?
It's just day one.
Okay.
It's just day one. Surprised to see that Hakeem Olajuwon was a day one roster type person. I would have had him as a day three person. I think he's probably the greatest center on the planet. You know what I'm saying? At the time when he played, the dream was nasty.
Olajuwon definitely a day one guy.
I say, because think about the team. The names coming out on day three gonna be names like Jordan, Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I would have had him with.
He'll be like a last day guy.
Yeah, but other than that, man, solid list.
I would say he should be a last day guy too, because he had a lot of years where he just didn't do anything on that Houston team. They had a lot of bad years, like in the late 80s, early 90s. He got good once the early 90s started coming around. And
he got his 2 chips.
Back-to-back wins in the finals when Jordan and them was out.
He got the best of Shaq and he got the best of Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, he went up against Titans. So it's not like he did it easily. Yeah, shout out
And
to Elijah. I think he definitely should be like in the top
he
top tier.
stayed with how many teams?
Uh, he went to
One.
Toronto to win it. No, he went to Toronto towards the end.
I mean, that was a cup of coffee in Toronto, man.
I mean, so was Jordan.
I still can't watch. Well, Jordan did have a few great games as a Wizard. I ain't going to sit here and sleep and act like he
Yeah.
didn't. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
what? Got what? 40 in one game?
Yeah,
What was the
he
most
was
he got?
cooking. You
Like
know what I'm
40 something?
saying? So
Almost 50.
I can't say that it didn't pain me to watch Michael Jordan as a Wizard, but I damn sure wouldn't get the jersey.
Uh, in my opinion, you already know what I'm rocking with. Jordan is the GOAT of all time.
Amen.
Shout out to to LeBron, but Jordan. Anyway, let's
NFL
get
Week 7.
NFL. Let's run through these real quick.
All right, we're gonna pick
Um,
these scores.
EJ ran away from this ass whooping.
And Tito did too. We don't catch him back though. They gonna get it.
But yeah, let's just do a real quick recap of week 6.
I don't have the scores.
Let's fuck it. We'll just go through week 7. I got
They are not ready for a display. I do apologize,
that's good.
everybody who's watching worldwide.
I got I got the numbers and spreads for week 7.
All right, let's go.
All right. So first game is up. It's Denver at Cleveland. Both 3-3. Cleveland is favored to win. The spread is pull it up. Spread is oh shit. I'm not seeing the spread for Denver and Cleveland right now. This is according to CBSSports.com.
Baker Mayfield had a slight injury. He did dislocate his shoulder. They did pop it in. He wound up playing the rest of the game with it. And I believe Kareem Hunt is injured as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's up.
So that does change the dynamic. I still think Cleveland has a little bit more. I think they have a little bit more firepower.
I got it now.
What happened?
I have the spreads now. It's
All right, go for it.
It's gonna be sportsline.com. CBS line is not up for whatever reason.
Okay.
But right now you have Cleveland as -3.5.
I like that. I think I'm going with Cleveland at home, Thursday night football, short week. They got embarrassed by the Arizona Cardinals. It was ugly.
Yeah, they did.
Donovan Peoples Jones caught a miraculous Hail Mary at the end of the half. Just everything you know what I'm saying, for Cleveland. Like you said, Kareem Hunt going down with Baker Mayfield's shoulder.
Rumblings of Odell Beckham not being happy.
Right. I still think their defense is still strong enough to contain Teddy B, who's coming off a bad loss against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think Cleveland. I'll take Cleveland in a close one here. I got them 20-17 on Thursday night.
All right. You writing these down?
Got them right here.
You got a new sheet of paper?
Brand new. We even upgraded to the Sharpie, the motherfucking Sharpie. You heard me?
All right. Yeah, I mean, the Browns lost last week, and they definitely got to win this game. I'm picking Cleveland as well. I'm going 24-21. 24-17, Cleveland.
All right.
Going back to last week, I think I called Cleveland to win against Arizona, and I was wrong. So I lost on that.
That was horrible. I think you're the only Clevelandite.
Players fuck up sometimes. Anyway,
Shit happened.
Kansas City at Tennessee.
Uh-oh.
3-3 Chiefs at the 4-2 Titans. KC is favored. KC is favored. Minus 5.5.
That's a lot.
Yep.
That is a lot. If y'all are betting, folks, don't bet that line. Stay the fuck away from it.
There's a lot of stayaways in this week. Yeah, I'm surprised by this one. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm going with the upset here with Tennessee.
Okay.
I just don't see Kansas City defense getting off the field with if Tennessee really controls this game with the run game and just runs right through Kansas City, I can see them running away with this game. The problem is if you can make Tennessee have to throw the ball, you might have a chance. You might.
Kansas City's defense, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't know why the Chiefs is not favored at home, or at least a closer.
Chiefs on the road.
I mean, I'm
This
saying I
game
don't
is
know
in
why
Tennessee.
I don't know why Tennessee's not favored here, at home.
Because
But
Patrick Mahomes, the mystique of Patrick Mahomes is real.
that nigga great though. Did you see
He
that throw he did across his body going across
in Washington last week? Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
on the money to a running Tyreek Hill across the field. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
I'm still going with Tennessee to win this game. Kansas City is off this year. I think they still I still think they're gonna make the playoffs though. I think they're gonna right the ship. I just think they're having a really bad start. I don't know when they bye week is coming, but I think whenever it comes up, it's gonna give them a chance. Hell yeah, they need a bye week right now.
Because you were oh man, we're about the first man. They'll be all right.
I still think the Chiefs gonna make the playoffs.
They in trouble, son.
It's not time to panic just yet. They're gonna lose this game.
Okay, what's your score?
I'm going with Tennessee 28-24.
I have two takeaways. Kansas City on the road last week was impressive in Washington. We got to find a way to get Tyreek Hill to stop.
His schedule is brutal too.
We got to get Tyreek Hill to stop bobbling these passes and they're turning into interceptions. That has to stop. Tennessee shocked the hell out of me. I definitely had them losing to Buffalo. Derrick Henry had an amazing game. If anybody could go to YouTube, check out, there's a meme. It's Derrick Henry and Forrest Gump, and these people have merged this meme together, bro. It's funny as hell. Julio Jones had an unbelievable deep concentration catch. Ball popped up in the air. He ran it down and tiptoed, caught it, went out of bounds. It was crazy.
Everybody thought Julio was going to be unlocked in this offense.
No, it's more of what we've been seeing from out of him in Atlanta. Same. He's a great decoy.
I mean, you also didn't have a great quarterback in front of him either.
True that. I see Kansas City losing if Tennessee can get the run game, if they can just feed Derrick Henry, you'll be all right. I got Tennessee over Kansas City 27-24.
27-24, Kansas City.
Tennessee. 27-24, Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right. So we both got Tennessee winning this game. All right. Next up is what's the next game here? I go back out of my screen. Who we got? Who we got?
Want me to call a game?
Jets. Yeah, call the games off for me.
All right. All right. So since you call out the Jets go on the road to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, to take on Mac and Cheese, Mac Jones, and Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
Right. So the New England is favored here. New England is favored by 7 at home.
You look
What?
at the way that New England played against the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys got the win in overtime.
And
They
y'all laughed at
played,
me on that one.
huh?
I think I picked the Patriots to win this game.
You did pick the Patriots to win. We all went with the Cowboys, but we didn't think that that game was going to be as close as it did. I think Mac Jones is turning the corner, bro. He's showing some great leadership out there on the field. The defense is Matthew Judon is playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah.
The Patriots are better than what their record have given them. They are.
They're okay. They still have issues on offense. They have trouble moving the ball
They
consistently.
need a receiver.
They
Bad.
need a receiver too. And a running back. But the fact that they don't have all those things in place and they still even 2-4 in this position and they should win this game. I think the Patriots are gonna win. I don't see them winning by a lot though. I see them playing to the level of teams that they play. I mean, I think they're just gonna be what I'm saying, one of those teams that just play close to everybody.
Okay.
I think this is definitely a stay away fucking bet. Don't bet on the Patriots to put up 7 points over the Jets. That's stupid. But I'm gonna still pick the Patriots to win. 31. I feel like this. Nah, I'm gonna go 21-17. Patriots.
Well, I disagree. I think
Okay.
this is a game that you do bet. I think the Patriots are far superior. I don't see Zach Wilson. I don't think that they're going to give him enough time to remember how to pick a booger out of his nose. I think he's going to get blitzed left and right. If Corey Davis ain't open, he's their only threat right now on offense for the New York Jets. They are traveling on the road. I do like the way that this defense is playing for New England. I do think that Mac and Cheese gonna put up a few points for them. I think they're gonna win convincingly. I think it's gonna be a 24-10 game.
But this is the rematch too.
I got 24-10 New England.
The rematch from when the Jets got the ass whooped 25-6 at home.
I think New England 24-10. The Jets, if the Jets win 3 games this year, they are blessed. If
Okay.
they get to 3 games this year.
Okay. All right.
Next game, I'm gonna call out the Washington football team at Lambeau taking on Aaron Rodgers and his quote, "I still own you," to the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers.
Wait. So what's the game?
Washington football team at Green Bay Packers.
All right. So it's Green Bay minus 9.5.
Whew.
I feel like they didn't give any love to the Washington team here.
They took a bad loss last week to Kansas City.
Yeah, they did. Um, Tyler Hinkie, whatever you want to call him, didn't look good. Uh, they need a quarterback.
They need a lot.
They got a good defense though.
They have a hell of a wide receiver too. Terry McLaurin is a nice wide receiver.
I like the team. They just need a quarterback. They need to go get Cam.
I don't know why they stalling. They should have been got Cam, but it's behind the scenes is messed up in Washington right now. It is not great.
True.
In
I
that
mean,
organization right
maybe the distraction of Cam Newton is what they need.
now. Have somebody else take the fire because they tried. God bless the dead, but what they did with Sean Taylor's jersey retirement, bro,
It was terrible. I mean, you could tell they were just trying to throw something out there to get people's minds off of what's going on.
that was ill
And
timed and mismanaged.
I don't know, man. I still think this defense gives them a chance to win games. I think they really disrespected the shit out of them. Now, I don't think their defense is like dominant good, but it's sneaky good. You know what I'm saying? I think they can catch
Oh
a
yeah,
team. They can catch a team slipping.
absolutely.
Um,
The D line legit.
yeah. With that being said, Green Bay's probably gonna win this game. I'm gonna say 38-17.
And I had to wrote mine down 31-20 Green Bay. This is a game that I would play solely because the firepower that Aaron Rodgers and them have on offense. I mean, it's just you don't want to get in track me with them boys. They can score some points.
Yeah, I think this is when the Washington team kind of falls apart. Uh, you might even see Rivera might get fired after the season with everything going on, and it has nothing to do with him.
Honestly, I would keep him there because he's probably the most consistent thing that they've had in Washington in a long time. Because
I actually
Dan's
I like him as a coach.
yeah, I mean he's a heck of a coach, man. I would keep him there. So
I'm
far,
saying
heck,
I could see him being a scapegoat. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, you could blame the lack of not having a starting level quarterback in the NFL can be, detriment. To start there, but I digress. So far, headquarters, we're picking all the home teams to win it. So far.
It's better than last week. Fuck, I didn't like the last week's schedule. All them there's a lot of favorite road teams.
Uh,
Um,
this next game is probably a perfect segue because we got the Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets. I mean, excuse me, at the New York Giants.
man, fuck you, Carolina. Fuck you, man. Y'all was fool's gold. Y'all had a nigga thinking y'all was good and shit. They had a nigga fooled. They had me fooled. I ain't gonna even lie.
They 3-3 off of that loss to the Minnesota Vikings, which
Three
is on the
straight
TV
loss.
right now.
Sam Darnold, go sit your ass down. Um, but with all that being said, they still favored by 3
Yeah.
on the road, as they should against New York.
With a hurt Saquon Barkley, with a Daniel Jones would look like he didn't know where the hell he was at. His legs was on. He was on a wobbly box walking to the sideline, son. It was crazy.
It would be so funny if Carolina loses this game.
Could be a trap game for Sam Darnold going back to the stadium he's comfortable with.
I think he might go back there and be like balling out because he balled out the last time he played a New York team.
His New York team. That was
Yeah.
personal.
This one might not be as personal though, but I still think he's gonna have some memories over there in New York. So I think he's gonna have a good game. I think they're gonna win. I'm not confident about it, but I'm gonna go 31-10 Carolina. This should be a
Jesus.
dominant one. This should be a dominant win. I'm going 31-10 Carolina. This is the last time I put my neck out there.
Okay. I'm glad you said that.
Carolina. Don't bet on this game. It should be a slam. This should be a guaranteed pick. If you was like, man, I need to have some team in there to throw in there to add in. This should be a throwaway. Should be an easy win.
This is gonna be
Carolina gonna fuck around and lose this game.
this is gonna be an ugly ass game. This is gonna be a WTF game. This is gonna be a game that makes absolutely no sense. But Carolina's going to win the game 19-13.
It's gonna be snowing.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be a sloppy game. Dumb turnovers.
October in New York.
Missed field goals. You're gonna see it all in this game. Strip sacks. You're gonna see it all.
All right, what's the next game?
Some say could potentially be the game of the week. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to Baltimore to take on your partner at M&T Bank Stadium, Lamar Jackson, and the
Put some
Baltimore
respect on that nigga
Ravens.
name. Put some respect on Lamar Jackson's name.
Potential MVP candidate.
Fucking right. Oh yeah, definitely an MVP candidate. Lamar's been balling out. Where's the spread? All right, so Baltimore is favored by 6 at home against Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati though. This is a divisional game.
Jamar Chase, one of the best wide receivers in the league. Joe Burrow. You already know how we feel about them two. A West Banker and both LSU Tigers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Baltimore should be favored. I mean, I gotta go with I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I think Baltimore should win this game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I'm gonna go with 31-30 Baltimore.
I like where your head at. If Cincinnati wants to be taken seriously in the AFC North, if they want to, you gotta go through Baltimore. You gotta win in Baltimore. If you want to put the league on notice, if you really want to say this is your opportunity, that this is your time to shine, and that you can potentially play at this type of level and get into the playoffs, you got to win this game. This is a tone-setting game. This game can alter your next 3-4 games. You know, this game has high.
Imagine if Cincinnati win this game.
That's why I'm going with it. This game has high playoff caliber seeding early. This is an early playoff seeding game right here.
Yep.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with a last-second field goal. I know Cincinnati and Green Bay had a little issue with their field goals in their game 2 weeks ago. But this is going to go down to overtime. I got Cincinnati winning this one 28-26 in overtime on a field goal.
Wow, okay. You got an upset. You picking is that a bet?
No. It's not a bet.
Going with the upset, but not good enough to bet on that upset.
No, fuck no.
All right. I just wanted to ask you. Just want to make sure.
Just letting you know.
Okay,
That is not the game I'm betting. Fuck no.
All right.
I got Lamar Jackson is my starting fantasy football quarterback, and I need him to do work.
All right. All right. What's the next game?
Probably the basement game of the day. The lowly Atlanta Falcons. Come on, Cordero Patterson and Kyle Pitts. I need y'all. Versus the Miami Dolphins in Miami.
So it is Atlanta is favorite -2.5 on the road.
This is a game to bet.
Really?
This is a game to bet.
For who?
For anyone who's in a position of look at Cordero Patterson Look at his stats the past 3-4 games.
Okay.
He has been killing it. Kyle Pitts is starting to turn around. I think Atlanta's offense is scarier than a lot of people want to give them credit for. I'm not calling them a top 5 offensive team. I'm not saying that. But the way that they're playing, the offense is starting to gain some momentum. I have no clue what the hell is going on down in Miami. They gave Trevor Lawrence his first victory this year in London for them to come back home and to play a sneaky Atlanta team. Atlanta's going to get the victory. Atlanta's going to win 30-27. But this is a game that you want to play right here.
I don't know what type of team Atlanta is anymore. They're favored on the road. I actually like this Miami team's quarterback. I like Tua.
He's back.
I think he gives them a chance to win. I think they lost last week, right? They lost to the Jets.
No, Miami lost to the Jaguars.
Jaguars. Jags got that's right. I called that one. Jags pick up their first win. Urban Meyer's not fired yet.
Club Maya. The Urban Tavern.
Damn. Wait, so let me look at this shit right quick. So yeah, so I don't know. I like Miami in this game for some reason. I think Miami can come. I don't know. They're on a 5-game losing streak, yes, but eventually that shit got to end, and I could see a team fucking up no other than like the Atlanta Falcons.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that.
I don't know, man. They're only 2-3. I mean, how has the Falcons looked to you this year?
The past couple of games, the offense have been opening up. I have no problem with the way they've been playing football on offense. It's the other side of the ball that's the issue.
Well, they gave up 30 points to the Eagles, 48 to the Bucks. They barely beat the Giants. They gave up 30 points to the Washington football team, and they gave up 20 points to the Jets.
So my assessment was fairly accurate.
The bitches gave up points. Um, I can see them losing this game. So, I think I like Miami in this game.
Okay.
I'm going with Miami with the upset here. I'm picking Miami. 17. Nah, 21-17 Miami. Miami puts up just enough points.
Okay.
All right, so we split on that one. So what you got next?
Philly at Vegas.
The Raiders is still alive, boy. They're like a whole new team, huh?
Bruh.
What if these motherfuckers make a run?
The Fighting John Grudens.
Raiders, what if the Raiders make a run? They play for the in John Gruden's honor. John Gruden's honor. I mean, it didn't hurt that they were playing the Broncos last week.
They opened the hell up, huh?
I want to see more of this though. I want to see what's up because they laid an egg that week against Chicago, and Chicago just beat the shit out of them right. When the scandal broke. Um, but I'm not impressed so far. I want to see one. I want to see if they can do it again. Philly is up and down, so the Vegas is favored at home -3. I'm going with the Vegas Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders on this. I'm gonna go 17-14 Raiders.
Philly's too inconsistent. I like Jalen Hurts. I need Devontae Smith to score me some touchdowns fantasy wise, but they're too inconsistent. Derek Carr looking like he's that dude this year,
That
top 3 in yards in the league right now. Um, the way that Raiders offensive has been, Josh Jacobs is still getting it done on the ground. Darren Waller's probably top 2, top 3 tight end in the league. You gotta go with Vegas. They're playing back at home. They're rallying around the interim head coach. I think you're gonna see more of what you saw in Denver. I like where your head at. Um, I think they're gonna score a little bit more points though. I got Vegas 28 24 Vegas. And what's my line again?
the line. It's funny enough when you look at uh when you look up the main spread on most places they don't have a spread, but on Sportsline they have a spread of -3 Vegas.
Okay. This next one, the line. If I'm gonna predict before I tell you the team, I won't predict the line on it. Before I
Okay.
tell you the team, this spread for this next game, I want to call it 8.5, 9 points. Favorite for the home team. So -8.5, -9. This
Okay.
game is the Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay. You want to guess the line?
Yeah, I predicted Rams -8.5 or -9. I said I wanted to pick the line before we pick the team.
So you're saying -8 or 9?
Yeah, 8.5 or 9 points.
All right. Well, you got to go way higher than that. It's -15.
God.
It's -15. The Rams are favored by 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
And I like how they add in the extra little 15, just for a little extra fuck you on the sporting line. I would never bet that. The only way I would bet that is if I was betting against it. If I just They should cover this game, but it would be worth looking into seeing what the line is, which will win out if they would a chance to, you know, Detroit were to win. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, they're 0-6 right now?
The Lions?
Yeah.
The Lions are 0-6, yes.
I think that streak continues. I think they're going 0-7.
I mean, if you could put down $10 and it still would be a nice amount of money to win back, ah, you know, miracles happen.
Yeah, you can pick up a couple $100 on a $10 bet. Absolutely. Do your thing. Just know that
But
you
yeah, but I'm not betting that today. I'm gonna say
no.
that the Rams are gonna smash the shit out of these Lions. I'm gonna go 48 to 14 gonna be.
I think you dead on. I think you've exemplified accuracy. Deeper story. Jared Goff is coming back home.
That is an interesting story.
He coming
So
back to a place
so
where it all started
interesting.
from.
So interesting that they had to make sure that the line was double to 15.
He's going back home to a stadium he's never played in. He's never played at SoFi Stadium. It's gonna be a fucking blowout. It's gonna be horrible.
They didn't want to showcase Jared Goff in that new stadium. It was like, nah, we good. We seen enough of Jared Goff.
I got the Rams 37-16.
There it is. What's the next game? 3 more games.
Chicago at Tampa Bay.
Chicago at Tampa Bay. The line is where is Chicago?
Should be Tampa Bay by double digits.
It is Tampa Bay -12.
There it is.
Not as bad as the Rams Lions, but -12.5. Tampa.
It might be, dog.
Chicago has a chance in this game, I feel like.
Everybody got a chance. And then you get off the bus. The Raiders just signed Desmond Trufant. He's no longer a Saint.
Oh shit. Oh well.
More about Desmond Trufant.
That's all right. We got some good news today. We'll get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chicago Bears, do they have a chance? Yeah, they got a chance, but I'm not betting on that shit.
No.
I'm gonna say the Bucks are gonna win. Not as great as they think they will, but they'll still win. 31-21 Bucks. I don't think they cover.
They haven't covered in a while. They didn't cover last week either. A lot of people were pissed off behind that Brady kneeling when they had a chance to go.
Yeah, I don't think they cover. I think the Bears defense is good enough to hang in here a little bit.
Okay. Antonio Brown, you've been red hot for me. I appreciate you. Thank you for putting in work. Our 2-game win streak has come at the perfect time. I think it's gonna see more of that. I got it's gonna be ugly. I don't think it's gonna be. I think you might see a 50 burger here.
For who? For the Bucks?
Tampa Bay 52.
Is that a lock?
52-24 Tampa Bay. And if I'm wrong on that score, I will take a shot on our next live. That's punishment.
He said that's punishment.
I will take a shot, a double shot.
All right, we'll see. Fuck the Bucks, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I respect Tom Brady, the GOAT, and all that stuff, but it's the Saints all day.
Division rivals, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Next game, probably another lopsided game here, probably with another double-digit spread. The Houston Texans go on the road to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
All right, so we have the biggest spread of the week. Houston going to Arizona -17.5.
Oh, Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind right now.
17.5. Would you jump on this line in any kind of way?
No,
Do you think
What's the
Arizona?
total? What's the total? The money line now. The money line, you may not get it paid as much. It's probably the safer bet.
Do you think they cover?
What's the point? What's the total?
Let's see if I can find it. It is. I'm not seeing one on this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing one on this
I don't think it matters. It's gonna be a blowout
one.
regardless of
48.
how you
There
look
you
at
go.
it.
48.
Shit, I had Arizona scoring 48 by themselves.
I don't think they expect the Texans to score much. I mean, Houston's 1-5. I mean, what are you expecting from Houston?
Say your score again.
I didn't give a score. I
Because
would
I got
say
I got I got 48. I got 48-14 Arizona.
I got 35-10.
These cats gonna stay undefeated for a little while, bro. Their schedule is shaping up nice for them.
Yep. All right. Who's next?
Sunday night football. The Indianapolis Colts going west to take on the San Francisco 49ers. I got a feeling that Indy should be the road favorite in this game.
All right. All right. So we have San Francisco is favorite -4.
I think it's a trap. Do not bet this game. Go the opposite way. If y'all want to make some money, play Indianapolis.
Play Indianapolis. You think Indianapolis gonna win?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, San Francisco's first off a bye week.
All I got to say is Jonathan Taylor. He's been a man amongst boys lately. He's a solid running back. He's the running back for Indianapolis, and their defense is for real. I think their defense is legit. The
Colt?
the the, the Colts. Look at their linebacker core. The Colts defense is legit. Yeah, they had the little mistake that happened against Baltimore. They were up 22-3. Baltimore did wind up coming back and winning that game. But if you really look at the way that they play defense, bro, Indianapolis is a lot stronger on defense, and they have a solid run game. I'm telling you, this is my lock of the week right here. If you want to say a lock of the week, I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts to beat the San Francisco 49ers 27-20 on the road.
I'm surprised you say. I'm surprised to hear you say that. Uh, they've only had one good defensively, like really great game, and that was against Houston. Um, they won some games. I mean, they've only beaten Miami and who else? Who's the other team that they beat?
Let me pull them up.
They beat Miami and blanking on another team. Oh yeah, they beat Houston. They just won that game. So they beat Miami and beat Houston. They beat nobody. They're a bottom feeding team. I think
Yeah, let's watch them.
I think San Francisco is going. It's not going to be a great game by San Francisco. San Francisco is not a great team. but I think they're good enough to beat the Colts at home. Fresh off a bye week. I think they're gonna win actually pretty handy. I'm gonna go with 27-17. I think they'll actually score some points against Indianapolis. Not a fan of Indianapolis.
Okay. And last but not least, the coup de grace.
Mm-hmm.
The
Saints. My bad. I gotta say. Go ahead.
who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? Unfortunately, we won't have a Michael Thomas sighting this week.
He is practicing though, right?
He is practicing.
Yeah.
It's okay. But he's gonna be out a little bit longer. Will Lutz is gonna be out a little bit longer. But you are getting Quan Alexander back. You are getting Traquan Smith back. You know what I'm saying? That is big for this team.
That is.
You need those guys coming back into the rotation. You do have a pretty tough schedule over the next couple of games. Granted, we were looking at this game as you know, with Russell Wilson starting as quarterback. We had our feelings about this game, but that's not the case because you're going to have Geno Smith because Russell Wilson is still out with his surgically repaired finger on his right hand, his throwing hand. B, I like our chances going up to Seattle up here, bro.
Yeah, we favored by -5 on the road. The defense alone gives you a chance to win on the road, let alone in Seattle. And they're not gonna have Russell Wilson, if I'm correct, right? Or is he coming back?
He's not playing.
He's not playing. So they still have a deep threat in the I'm blanking on his name at the moment. On their receiver. Um, help me out here. I'm blanking on his name.
Who?
For Seattle.
Who's not playing?
No. Who is? I'm just looking up his name. Hold up.
What, DK Metcalf?
There you go. DK Metcalf. Couldn't think of his name. Yeah, DK Metcalf is still gonna be playing this game. So he's
And guess who's gonna be on him?
still a threat.
Guess who's gonna be
I
on him?
don't think I've ever seen them two play against each other, have we?
Yeah, they have.
They have?
Go back 2 years ago where we went up to Seattle in the rain and we got the dub in Seattle. A
Okay.
CBS game at that. Deontay Harris caught a punt return, ran it back for a touchdown. Alvin Kamara had a crazy game that game. We locked up DK Metcalf that game too. So Marshawn Lattimore, he rises to the challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Top 1, top 2 best cornerback in the
With me
league.
like I'm not a Saints fan.
Huh?
That's it. Don't get hostile with me. I'm a Saints fan here.
I didn't get hostile.
I am a Saints fan here.
I'm just
So
excited.
I think I agree with you. I think the Saints should win here too.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just saying the threat of DK Metcalf is still there.
Oh, the threat is ever present. Absolutely.
I like this team being able to win this game. I think they might struggle a little bit early, but they should finish off the game with a win. I'm gonna go Saints 2014 Saints.
I'm in the same ballpark as you. I got 28-17 Saints. I think Jameis is going to have a little bit more flexibility with Traquan Smith back. Traquan, he's not a number one, but this offseason, Traquan did move in to Jameis's residence. You know what I'm saying? For them to have a good relationship as far as their workouts, man. If you looked at any of the off the field, off season practices and workouts that they had, Traquan was looking like that dude. I love the defense. There's nothing more than I can say about Demario Davis. There's nothing more than I can say about having, now Cam isn't having his greatest statistical year, but he's still being a disruption. He's still helping. We haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in I don't know how many games. Is dating back to a couple seasons. Uh, I love Pete Werner. I love him filling in for Quan Alexander. I'm excited about Paulson Adebo. They keep challenging this rookie, and he's been coming away in the red zone with interceptions. I just like how our team is just set up right now. Saints 28-17.
Okay. I still have my issues with the offense. Whether it's I don't know whether it's scheme or personnel missing or whatever you want to throw in there. Um, Now's the time that they should be clicking on all cylinders. They're coming back from a bye week, gotten a chance to actually sit down, adjust, study one team, figure out a game plan. They should be coming out lights out, executing Monday night offensively against a team that is lacking their best player, one of their best players. It should be a convincing win, in my opinion. Um, Whether or not the offense shows up and be consistently great, I think we still gonna be missing our center on this game, right?
Yeah, Eric McCoy is still out for this game.
So,
You
but I mean, they should play on his name. Cesar Ruiz is gonna be um
still at center.
still at center. He's been at center since the beginning of the season. So and he's played center in college. So it's not like he's not familiar with playing center.
Right. As a matter
So
of fact, he was the number one rated center in college from the
right,
University of Michigan. So he
right,
knows
right,
him.
right, right, right. So I'm saying is, I don't think you really use that as an excuse if the offense not really working. Because we have a great personnel at that position, talent wise. Execution is our thing, is our biggest issue. And calling out blitzing schemes, blocking schemes for blitzes. The Saints haven't really picked up a lot of good blitzing schemes. And I know they like to spread out the offense a lot and they try to, you know, get their best players out in the open field. But between Sean Payton and Jameis, you got to be able to protect Jameis better. At least have some better blocking schemes, or having an extra guy standing there just to chip for an extra second or two.
You need it because you are still missing your starting left tackle.
Right. So I want to see some kind of improvement of trying to keep Jameis upright, instead of him just getting happy feet and get smacked around by these blitzes. Because I don't know if he can't read blitzes as well, or if they're just not doing a great job of doing a good protecting scheme on him for him so far. Now it has come in waves. It depends on the team that they was going up against. Like when they was going up against the Giants was getting in there pretty good. When they was going up against
Washington.
Washington was in his face constantly. So it's like those games like that, where the game could have been differently if the Washington team could have kept that pressure up the whole entire game. So that's my challenge. And we already know about the receiving core. I think James can kind of help out a little bit because he helps stretch the field. I don't know. Is Thomas, not Thomas, is your boy coming back at receiver?
Traquan Smith's coming back.
Not Traquan. Kick
Oh,
return.
Deontay Harris.
Deontay
Don't
Harris.
know yet. Don't know yet. That hamstring, they probably set him out this game, which means you'll probably see a heavier dose of Alvin Kamara, if I were to say.
Tony Jones.
Tony Jones is out for 6 weeks. He's hurt.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill still out, concussion. Your
So you got
backup
some
running
major.
back, your backup running back is Devon Zigbo, and you just picked up Lamar Miller today, as a matter of fact.
So you got some major key injuries right now still though.
Right. This is going to be the Alvin Kamara show on offense.
So this is still a trap game in my opinion, because of the fact that how many players you got missing out. Taysom Hill gives you a different dynamic. Not having Taysom it might give them a chance to have to really put one type of scheme into the playbook and not have do all these different gadget plays that they like to throw in there every now and then. But this is a show me game as far as like Jameis, the offense, uh, and Sean Payton. Between Sean Payton and James, they got to show that they can be on the pace with the offense. A full 2 weeks, the offense got to be clicking to help this defense. This defense is top notch. It kind of pains sometimes to watch the offense in comparison with this defense that they have on the other side of the field. They should win this game. I think they should win this game in Seattle. I'm gonna keep saying that all of it. But that's all I got to say on it.
That's all of our games for week 7, the NFL. We have some key picks, some nice picks in there. You have some shockers in there. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all gonna go out there and play any of these lines, make sure you bet with your heart, because if you bet with your head, you're gonna change your mind all the time.
Use your brain. Your heart broken. Don't use your heart.
and listen, do not, when you're out there betting, do not put all of your monies on one game. Do not take your paycheck that you just got on this past Friday and throw it up thinking that you're going to hit. Vegas do not have a special button to make you win or to make you lose. You're going to lose more often than you win. Trust me.
NBA season's back. I'm happy. NFL.
Got a lot going on right now, sport-wise, man.
Yeah, you got the WNBA finals just ended. You had
the baseball playoffs going on right now.
Baseball playoffs, if you care about that.
It's a lot in sports, man.
Yeah, a little bit going on.
If you catch baseball, in playoff season, bro, you can actually watch some good games, man. You're in the mix of college football season, has some major upsets. I haven't watched
baseball in a long time.
I'm telling you, bro. Watch postseason baseball, man. You'll be shocked.
I watched it before. I used to be a big fan of it. It's just that I just don't care no more.
You didn't all growed up, huh?
I didn't grew out of baseball. Yeah, I don't know none of the main best players in the baseball anymore.
Okay.
Could you give me the top 5 best players in the MLB right now?
I can't. No, I can't. I can tell you Aaron Judge.
My point exact.
I can tell you Jose Altuve.
You're a Yankees fan.
I am. I can tell you Giancarlo Stanton. I can tell you Vlad Guerrero Jr. I mean, I can tell you a little bit, but you know.
That's all you got.
I got more. I could go Alex Bregman, but I wasn't gonna break him out, you know.
No, I don't care. But anyway,
you asked.
But that's it. Make sure y'all check out our main show. We haven't put out an episode just yet, but we should be on the lookout for a show tomorrow, Wednesday at some point. Episode 33. We also gonna be having a special feature episode coming up later on in the week as well. Our first of many. We also have also on this channel coming up today, later on this afternoon, Marlon Favorite episode, motherfucking Gorilla, featuring Marlon Favorite's coming out. So make sure y'all check out that on YouTube.
Hello, somebody.
Exclusively. And make sure y'all check out big announcement coming up on IG today. So make sure y'all follow our social media platforms. All that stuff is going to be located in the description below. So check out. And every Tuesday night, we're going to be on this motherfucker talking sports. The only night we talk sports in this motherfucker. So come check it out every week on YouTube Live. You already know what it is. It's the motherfucking pod.
You dig.